faces. We got the legends, ILLMAC, and LUSH 1 in the fucking house, y'all.
You got avocado,
man.
You got avocado in the house.
Nah, that ain't me. But down here, we got something else. We got rapoff.xyz. Look at this cool animation. Boom!
Which put a little sound effect.
Yeah.
I like I saw on Twitter there's a Neapolitan remix of Butter that was pretty fire.
Yeah. Sape kills the artwork. There's a bunch of different variations of like different colors and shit. There's like a lava lamp type ketchup where it's all like, you know, psychedelic colors and shit. Some dope shit.
Isn't there another like animation page?
Oh no, you just scroll down.
What about the nudes of frack? Have you uploaded those?
Yeah, where
that's exclusively on discord.gg/rapoff.
It doesn't
You know what I'm
curve.
saying?
It doesn't point
We got
down.
Butter back there, you know what I mean? Lifting weights, disproportionately small to his counterparts, but it's lit, you know what I'm saying? I love the sign above the door. Live, laugh, bars.
Oh, that's funny. That's super funny. Hell yeah.
Ketchup's actually watching Watch, you know what I mean?
Oh shit, he is. Let's go. Love it. Hell yeah. Isn't there like some funny...
Well, you can move the magnets around, but yeah, there's also like the descriptions are pretty funny, you know what I mean?
Damn, this is fun.
And
this is cool.
There's some
From the OC, bro.
There's some good different combinations with the letters that you can pull from different parts, but yeah, and then at the bottom is like the road map.
Dude, this is fucking sick.
It's a fire-ass website.
Dick. Yeah, there's definitely, you can definitely put fuck and dick and
fuck dick.
Non-fungible, you know what I'm saying? I think we read some of this, but ketchups. Yeah, I had to keep it true to the cloth. That's one of his strengths, you know, lyrical, aggression, flawed.
Remember, like in one of the first disasters, I think it was his first battle, the Thesaurus one. It says strengths, or it said, or that was the second one, reverse life, cramming 1,000 multis in your mother's butthole.
They said that to me.
Oh yeah,
It's like on our battle.
Oh, is that one?
Yeah. And if you go down, there's like a little hand comes out and fixes the fridge.
Oh damn.
You know what I'm saying?
One is off. 10.
So this is like where we're at on the roadmap. We kind of got to adjust it since we threw our first event and are about to drop the cartoon. The event would be after, but
the lore is heavy.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
The lore is heavy.
Yeah. So how you feeling, dude? I'm so proud of you. You threw that event. It was super dope. All the feedback is really good.
Yeah, the Discord has been going crazy, man. It made its way into like NFT land, and over the last couple of days, we're like, I don't know, 5,000-6,000 people in the Discord, and the welcome list is like 10K.
Whoa!
It's pretty ridiculous.
Hell yeah!
I knew all we needed to do is get in front of them, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You got the history. You see what we're doing. You know, it's like we're doing what other projects claim they'll do in the future before we ask for it.
And it's crazy because like every day you hear about another NFT rug pull scam. So it's just like
you invest in people, not ideas. You know what I mean? And the team, like the team is strong.
Hell yeah.
And that's why I wanted to have a track record before we even go to mint. You know, as far as like putting out multiple cartoons. Current, not like cat versus dog or ketchup versus mustard. Aside from that, the mustard freestyle, Bored Ape versus Crypto Punk, throwing our first event before we even go to mint. You know,
and that was kind of like, you know, I was already leaning in that direction too. But then when I like that further solidified that's what with GTX, we're not going to rush into any of our, even though we have like, you know, like band royalty and has like been urging us to get, you know, ready for our NFTs so they can do all the programming and all that, because that whole process, you already know, takes like, is very lengthy and things, but that just further solidified we're not going to rush into anything. I'd rather do it right than
building the brand and building the community and like leading by example before even going to market is like, because like if this was, you know, 4 months ago or 5 months ago, like you could just drop any shit and sell out because it was such a bullish market and before a lot of, you know, lessons were learned, you know, and it was less there was just less projects dropping at the time. Now it's like there's so much you have to cut through the noise and have a track record and credibility to be respected in the market in a lot of ways because of the rugs and and because what we're doing, we're bringing culture into this shit. Like, it's a whole different thing. It needs to be handled with care, I think, when taking battle rap into the NFT space, because it's not just some animated, fabricated cartoons. Like, these are like real. This is art.
Animated, fabricated.
Animated and fabricated. Like ejaculated emoji whenever I rap.
When I rap with cadence.
Ain't nothing 4-bar trade off.
Oh, you guys killed that too. People love that.
Bro, I was so frustrated. It was one of those things where I would think of the punchline every time.
Yeah.
And then just, as I'm reverse engineering the first 3 bars, I would just forget what the whole point was. So almost every time you see me like build up to the third, and then I'll just kind of say some bullshit in the 4th bar because I forget it every damn time.
But that shows how good you are.
The GTX, you're like, I'm about to hee next.
I was
dying at that.
Fire.
So good.
Come on.
You guys got to make that fucking tradition.
Maybe I'll just start. Maybe I'll actually just start a league now called He Next.
Yes, I'm with it. I'm on board.
That was fun though. The battles, you've dropped 2 out of 3 of the battles on Ruin Your Day now as well. Yep. Big K versus Jay the Nightwing.
They're doing good numbers too.
Yeah,
it's dope to see.
Yeah, they're doing really good.
Bringing some life to this fucking channel.
Yeah, totally reinvigorating this fucking wasteland.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna call you dorks. Take those camouflage boots back to New York.
What was that?
I think that's what the Scribble Jam. I think Franco said that.
Yeah,
matter of fact, I'm gonna call you dorks. Take those camouflage boots back to New York.
That's amazing.
I think it was what's the guy's name?
Ron Noodles.
No, it wasn't Ron Noodles. It was it was like his first round. He's battling some like.
I remember Pass had the foldable, retractable Tims.
Yeah.
They like folded down or something.
Who the fuck's ever heard of Timberland boots that fold over?
Oh, did Iron say that to him?
Yeah.
Gray area, gay area.
Yeah, proud of you, both you guys. You guys are both doing cool shit. You should feel proud of everything you accomplished.
Likewise, man. Couldn't have ran that event without you.
Well, yeah, and I don't know. You probably can relate to this, Greg, but a lot of people are giving props to GTX, and I'll take the props that me and Diz did for getting the buzz set off and kind of just knocking down doors and hopefully inspiring more people to take ownership, reclaim ownership, and carve their own niche in the game. But as far as this event, I can't take any credit yet. You know what I mean? It actually is really anxiety inducing because it's you're giving me props for this. Hey, don't give me props. I'm not gonna say don't give me props, and you can say you're excited, but give me hella props if I pull this motherfucker off.
Yeah.
You feel me? After the fact.
Well, I think it's probably healthy for you to gauge your expectation then, of course we all want every event we do to be the best ever, and to be world changing. But the thing is, event's going to be dope no matter what.
For sure, but we kind of came out the gate very ambitious with a big budget, international talent pool, and some of the elite spitters in battle rap culture. So it's quite an undertaking, and we have we wound up securing a crazy sponsor. I'm not at liberty to say, but y'all are gonna see who we're working with now moving forward, and it's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
and
it's super crazy.
Really excited about that. So, and I'm navigating a corporate sphere in a way that I never have before, and Diz as well. And I'm glad to be
shout out Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, come on.
They fired me up. I got the third eye coming.
The Pfizer fucking vaccine.
Shouts to Gold's Gym.
Oh my God,
I would be your wet
dude. I would definitely tramp stamp Gold's Gym on me if you.
I just want to do an event at Justa.
Oh yeah, that's so funny that you're like, do you know what that is? And I'm like, I have no idea.
Kay put me on when we went to that spot.
Really?
Yeah, in Venice. He's like, bro, I went here with whoever, you know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
K knows all the food spots.
That's crazy.
He got all the bootleg snacks. Baby K got all the bootleg snacks. No, you know what's the reason why I'm triggered by the props for the event is because it brings me back to Ether,
Totally.
which is actually the last time I've run an event solely mine. Like I've done King of the Dot events since then and shit like that, but it's been 8 years almost since I've thrown and run an event and been like the final say on it. So, and I remember literally 15 minutes before the Cassidy battle, I was like, finally had a chance to go outside and smoke a cigarette, and I'm outside smoking, and like somebody walks up to me, he's like, man, congratulations, this is the dopest event of all time, like you did so amazing, this is so great what you pulled off, and like giving me all these props. And then like literally an hour later, I'm like getting death threats, international death threats, bro.
From Diz.
I don't remember what happened. The venue kicked you out.
Yeah, it got shut down after one round of the Diz versus Cassidy battle.
That battle
because
happened. The first round happened on stage, but it took like 45 minutes to like, because remember the stage was so overcrowded and nobody would leave. Like George was like, it was, and
but they double booked.
There's like
right?
5 different LA gangs on stage coexisting, sort of. People were getting fucking socked behind the scenes, like.
Fucking cats.
The security guard. Like literally, fools are coming on stage and the security guard's like says something done. He's like rolling 60s, and then someone else is like, "What, Bink?" Like the security guard guy. There's so much shit people don't even know that happened. Like it was so gnarly.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I literally was I was in the back watching it because I thought something really bad was gonna happen. I'm like, I just have a bad feeling about this fucking battle, man. But nothing bad happened, man. You guys finished it in the garage. It was a success. So
yeah, but still, dog, I still have PTSD from that. A wise man once said, "Don't be like me, be better." All right? You feel me?
Yeah,
but
that's real. Nah, I mean, I feel you because, I mean, even at the event, you can attest to this. I was like nervous as fuck the whole event. I was just like, I feel like I'm fucking up. I'm forgetting something. What am I not doing? Like, and everything's running and it's all going and everyone knows what they're doing, but I'm still like, there's something that I'm fucking, that I'm dropping the ball on somewhere. You know what I mean? What is there a piece of equipment? Does everyone know when they're going? And it's just, I like was hella anxiety ridden the whole, until like the end when after we showed the cartoon, like Bored Ape vs. CryptoPunk, like after we showed it immediately and I said a few words, like right as it was ending, I had like a lump in my throat and I like almost was like started tearing up because it was like we've been working on the whole shit for hella months, but it's also since 2018 and then hitting all these brick walls with Rap Off, all this shit, and then it was like, oh fuck, like damn, like seeing it and like on that big ass screen and like everyone's reactions, even though it's like some NFT shit, but the crowd loved it. And it was like I went to like speak to kind of debrief watching the cartoon, and I was like felt a lump. I was like, no, I'm not gonna cry up here. So it's like, yo, and that's the battle. Go to the website. Like, I was like, let me go collect myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and see, like, I'm glad that I was able to be there for you and with you and help like with the stage managing and hosting shit. You feel me? But unfortunately for me, I don't have that. Unless
you're that guy.
You want to just host the battles?
I didn't want to host my own battle. I was there for like Big K and Jay for the first round. He calls me out in the second round, but I like had already disappeared.
Yeah.
Like slinked off. You know what I mean?
It's gonna all be okay, man. It's gonna be fire. No. We got some fucking great shit we're doing with this event that it's never been done before in battle rap. So, and it's gonna be fantastic.
No, I'm juiced, and the good news is I don't need to like worry about financial aspects.
Dude, that's both you guys had that where I was like,
yeah, that's one thing he told me. Yeah, that's
There's
one
nothing
thing
to
he
worry
told me
about.
For when we went and checked the venue out like Thursday, a couple days before we did a walkthrough.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Fuck!" Same thing. I was just like, "I'm just so nervous." Blah blah blah. What am I? What if it doesn't go right? What am I? And you're like, "Bro, you already. Do you have the money? Like, is there an issue with the money?" I'm like, "No, that's covered."
Yeah.
Like, you got the cartoon made? And I was like, yeah. And you're like, those are the two biggest things. Like, the battle rappers know what they're doing.
Totally.
Like, I'm going to be there. The stream will be cool. Like, you have nothing else. That's the two biggest things. And I'm like, fuck, yeah, it's true.
That's all. And, like, Ether, like, I didn't know until
that wasn't
the day
the case at Ether, dog.
Like,
it's like the day of, you're like, oh,
yeah, we're like
shit.
60 racks short right now.
Yeah, dog. Completely different scenarios, man.
Yeah, it's still like I like literally just some.
Yeah, it's understandable, man. That's a lot of trauma to go through.
Someone said, "What are you gonna do Friday night after the event?" And I said, "Breathe."
Yeah.
Oh, bro, after the wrap off event, because I had to stay to the end. Everyone else left, settle up with the venue owner, all that shit. And then, like, I went home, and everybody went over to Chase's. You know, Kay, Lou, Eddie, you know, a bunch of folks went over to Chase's, literally next door to me.
Yeah.
And I just went home for, like, 2-3 hours and just, like breathed and, like, got food and then just watched some shit and just chilled. It's like it might have been the social aspect. For one, I'm just don't go out and shit. Yeah. And there's so much interaction and handshaking and shit. But then also there's like so much stress leading up to the event that I'm like, I just need to breathe for a couple hours before I even go link with anybody next door. You know? Yeah.
That's how it was like after the bunker. I remember I was just like every time. But it was a different time. I was also drinking a lot, so I was like fucking drunk after every bunker event. But yeah, dude, completely understand. Like the decompression after Friday, you're just gonna be like, go back to your fucking room and just like,
now I'm gonna be posted.
Yeah.
You know, jack off the Calico versus LUX right now, and then
totally
get back in the mix.
Speaking my fucking language. But yeah, guys.
To Daylight's third round versus Tay Rock.
Of course.
Try to last till the end, and then again.
That's the challenge,
bro. Fucking jack off to Illusion Z series on the Ruin Your Day channel.
Yes, definitely. That's what I do.
Willy Wonka versus Heisenberg.
Daily Spice best ofs are like fucking compilations. You feel me?
Oh my god. Hell yeah. I'm with it.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah. We should just watch that right now. Today we got a choice, guys. We're gonna ask you guys in the chat what you want to watch. We
already made our decision, but
it's
just
we'll make them feel like
it's obligatory.
But we're gonna promote the GTX card, which is this Friday live at 2 p.m. 2:30 Pacific Standard Time. Live GTXBattles.com. You can get the pay-per-view and tickets there.
The pay-per-view stream is gonna need a dentist. Why? Because it starts at 2:30.
Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna say because the gap between you is bars and
delivery.
Is bars in Espanol. Let's go. But yeah, dude, go tune in there. GTXBattles.com. You can also go to rapgrid.com to get the pay-per-view. It's gonna be phenomenal. We got B Scatlin RX hosting
and direct.
So we're gonna get some Spanish in there. Assassino versus Disaster. One round is in English, one round is in Spanish, and the third round is choice or mixed. So tune in; it's going to be unlike any other battle.
So much props to Assassino. Like, he's an incredible rapper. I think that a lot of people are going to be in for a big surprise. If y'all thought Oxymiron was dope, like, I think you're going to really be like taken aback by the level of skill and just strategy that if you watch, you don't even need to speak Spanish to watch what Assassino does, and like just like his command of like of delivery and cadence and pacing, the way he builds shit up is
the
insane.
magnitude until that trailer and seeing the footage of him and like where sold out arenas and shit. Like,
yeah, dog.
Crazy.
This one is so crazy. The crowd. Oh wait, is it? Dude, look at that. That's legit a fucking that's like a Rolling Stones show or something.
Bro, like that.
Rolling Stones.
Bro,
yeah,
like,
you know, classic.
I'm gonna tell you like this: there's gonna be a lot of people at this event, and I know because I'm seeing the pre-sale list whose last name ends in a Z. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them there.
Mm-hmm.
Valor. So this is what they you get a word or something and they have to freestyle it.
Tú estás en la parte sí, pero en la parte oscura. Yo lo que te traje realidad en el lenguaje y tú eres más falso que el maldito alunizaje.
Almost like a Red Bull.
You know what's dope is that Mike P battles in 2 languages.
Yeah, he's
stupid,
Mike P
right here.
Yeah. He directed
Ahora lo voy a terminar.
Awesome.
Dame la palabra ambición. Te traje más barras que una puta prisión. Le traje más barras que una prisión. Lo elegí más en primera. Eso se llama ambición. Y por cierto, hablando de la prisión, llegó.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. These productions, or this one is.
Para asesino.
I was about to say this is giving Red Bull vibes.
Well, he's a Red Bull music athlete. He's a Red Bull champion.
That's sick.
Fucking insane.
Asesino, acá
man.
están tus objetos.
Like this
Muy bien. Porque te aventó.
Bro, I won the regional
Estas-
like one of the years Red Bull did the MC. I feel like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
one DNA one or something.
it's 2010,
But,
right?
Yeah, something like that.
Foul,
Yeah, that sounds right. I won the Seattle one, and so I got a trip to the ticket, or a ticket to the finals, right? And they're like, you'll know, we'll hit you in the finals, like whatever, 3 weeks or whatever to let you know the date. It was like 6 months later, I still hadn't heard anything about it. I like tried hitting people up. I assumed, okay, it's just not happening.
Yeah.
And I had a European tour booked with Sand People and shit.
Oh, is that why you didn't go?
So yeah, like so they hit me up like 2 weeks out or something, saying, or maybe even less. It's like 9 days or something. Like, oh yeah, the finals are like in 9 days and wherever, Detroit
Miami
or whatever,
or
it was,
Detroit, that's
wherever it was. And I was like, yo, I ain't heard from you in 6 months. I've hit you up several times. Like, what do you mean in 9 days? Like, I have a fucking tour booked. Like, I can't.
Yeah,
and so I
yeah.
just didn't go,
Wow.
even though I like won a
Did
spot
somebody
in
else
the
fill in
finals.
for you for Seattle?
I think they might have took someone locally or something.
Yeah, and that's
from
who won
Detroit.
it.
Yeah,
So you're the reason why Foul won.
bro.
You're the
I'm
motherfucker.
responsible for
For DNA,
conceited,
also walking on-
hollow being
Oh,
who he
yeah,
is,
you
conceited.
Birthed all these motherfuckers.
That guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that guy didn't do anything, but he is the guy that beat DNA. That DNA like put the mic down against.
Yeah.
It was his name's Foul.
Well, DNA came out. Everybody from the 313,
Yeah, put your hands
and they all
up.
they booed him.
It's pretty.
What do you
Pretty
think?
fucked up.
He's so
Like
fired.
they'd be like, yeah.
I don't know. It was a good idea and concept. You know, these
Was
guys weren't
it?
really battle rap fans. You know, they're just there to see. And I think like Sway was hosting them too. Like here's the rebuttal. But yeah,
Yeah, the rebuttal.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah, dude. Today, guys, we're gonna watch.
Man, tweet about it. You feel me? Let motherfuckers know because we gonna watch a big dog battle
Dude,
today.
54 million views.
We gonna watch a big dog battle today.
54 million views.
Damn, I
This
thought
is
they were catching up.
insane. Yeah, it's almost good. This is crazy, man.
Yeah, that's
This is
wild.
fucking insane. This is like what U.S. battle rap aspires to be, like get to that level, and it always like blows me away because these guys look at American English battle rap as like the holy grail still. They're like, oh no, you guys are the real thing, you know? Whenever I talk to Enigma from Flip Top, that always like blew me away. I'm like, you're packing arenas like way bigger than any battles I've been to. And he's like, yeah, but you know, like you guys are like real battle rap. And that's always crazy to me that it's like leagues like this can do like 54 million views and there's literally a stadium full of fucking authentic hip hop fans that are paying to see this rap battle.
I like the fact that that every culture across the world has their own interpretation of hip hop and what resonates in hip hop to them, and like
that is
the
dope.
fact that it's not like now with the like progression of the internet and all that, like they get everything we have. They're not still stuck in the 90s on some we don't really know what's going on like Europe was back in the day but aren't anymore, but they're legit. They understand, like they have a affinity for the freestyle era over beats and they choose to champion that.
All right, guys, GTX battles this fucking, well, in less than a week from today, gtxbattles.com. Get
Friday,
tickets.
April 22nd, 2:30
Tune
p.m.
in.
Pacific Standard Time.
It's gonna be fucking incredible. Disaster versus Assassino, Pass versus Averb.
Geechi Gotti versus Kitchen Clean,
Geechi
Mac
versus
Myron
Clean.
versus Big T, Saint versus Chef Trez, Holmesy to God versus Fate, and Reverse Live versus Don Marino.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm with it. Love all those battles. But today, what should we watch, guys? You butt
I guess
fuckers.
Uno Lavos has like a bot in here, like, so ignore
What?
that.
Where?
He's a hacker now.
Versus
And
DK.
for some reason,
I
that
definitely
person-
see a lot of battles I don't want to watch being mentioned.
What are you talking
No,
about? I want to watch all of
here's
these.
what we're gonna do.
Oh, we said clean. Is there a clean battle that we haven't watched on Watch that you guys want to watch? Or
I just want to watch.
side.
Look what Bro just said. Bro said the one. He
Which?
said
Where?
Geechi versus Lux.
Yeah, or we could watch Geechi Gotti versus Loaded Lux.
We need to.
Okay, fine. We'll do it. We'll fucking bite the bullet and watch this battle.
Winter is coming, machete spray.
Alright, Geechi Gotti, Loaded Lux. Great. Let's go. When does it start? Alrighty. Alright, cool. Geechi versus Clean Paper going down this Friday.
You should-
GTX.
Shouts to URL for really setting the bar higher with just with this entire event and just the amount of fanfare around it and just like the amount of excitement they brought to the culture. It raised the entire ceiling. So that
Yeah,
was ill.
this event was crazy. It has a lot of really amazing battles on the card. This Twerk and Rock was so fucking good. So fucking good. Also Rum, Rex, Calico, Surf, Jazz, Gaddis, and Pat real sick. Crazy fucking card.
Wasn't that the chess versus easy battles?
No,
that was the one
at
before
Summer
that.
Madness
Yeah.
10,
Yeah.
which is arguably one of the best
But it
battles
was Surf
ever.
versus Twerk.
Mods
That
ban
was also
Kevin.
the one.
What? Oh, you're talking to the chat. But yeah,
Somebody
fucking
ban him.
Drake being a part of battle rap is a fucking amazing thing that we're very lucky that somebody of his stature is such a big fan. Salute to Drake. Can't shout out him enough. He does wonderful things for battle rap. And I honestly think like his name being attached to this event isn't really like, he doesn't like really want that. He's not like coming into battle rap be like, look what I'm doing for battle rap. I think he's just a big fan.
Yeah.
He's just like, I just want to see cool battles, you know? Like
I think the
at
fact
this event,
the fact that he's allowing his name to be attached is lit.
yeah, exactly. It's 100% that. And at the event, he's like in the crowd with the fans, like drinking with people and like passing bottles between fans and shit. He's a fan at the end of the day, and I think that's so fucking cool, man. I think that's so dope because he's arguably one of the biggest rappers and musicians ever.
No,
you know?
100%.
So it's fucking rad, man. Can't say
He's
enough
had
good things.
inarguably to me the longest run of
Yeah.
just consistently being the number one.
It's crazy.
hip hop artist
Yeah.
forever, you know.
For sure. But this battle was kind of out of left field for me. It's not something I was like, oh man, I want to see Geechi versus. Not that I
No,
don't want to see.
I feel like but to me, like I hear what you're saying.
but Lux is like the last boss, so it's like
Well, yeah, Geechi needed an opponent of this caliber, like as far as stature.
Yeah, I
I'm not saying he hasn't battled people that are equal as far as
Yeah.
like and you know it was a risky match for Lux to
Super
even take,
risky.
like especially like just the energy there. There's
in LA.
in LA,
Yeah.
in Long Beach, which is like the Crip capital of the world, and there's
Yeah.
like Geechi coming in super deep, and so you know.
Salute to Lux for taking this, man. But let's go.
World leader.
Just to answer my boy Fuck Off's question because I like him. That's a good dude. There is pay-per-view, GTXbattles.com. Cop it now because the price going up, baby. It's
fucking live,
And
brother.
there is a new episode of God Tier podcast on Monday, AWACS, and that's going to be with Razkaz, and he talks a lot of shit. This could be our first like legit viral episode, but
Let's go. All right.
Yo, I'm gonna ask one favor for my birthday, right?
What's up?
I know
What's up?
yeah, we're skipping
all of
that.
us. This
5 p.m.
The nigga down. That's got.
Give it science.
Y'all can hear me?
Good for you guys.
Y'all can hear me? Yo. Turn it up.
One thing I do wish though.
Turn it up. Y'all can hear me? We got Geechi Gotti versus. Nigga, only my bitch could call me handsome. Keep that gay shit over there and not in my vision. Cause if I get
get the tripping, Glocks get the spitting. Half the body stiff, upper body don't move, but the legs still shaking. Yo, Smack, if this nigga twitching on caffeine, ain't that a conflict of interest? As God. Nothing like, nigga. Nothing like, nigga. As God is my witness, I'll beat you till you brain dead. Your family making hospital visits, deciding whether or not to pull the plug on this woke nigga. Now that's a conscious decision. Nigga, you always using words we can't understand. I'm not depressed. Only big words you need to be concerned with is who shot you in life at the death.
Big word. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's crazy as well.
Yeah, that's wild.
Boom. All right, Desi, you a mod now, motherfucker.
Come on.
Nigga talking about his life. Nigga, shut up. Light, nigga. Your mama light, nigga. Crip Street. I'm at your neck. Bet not hear a scream. If I knock a nigga down, bet he stay down like McDonald's ice cream machine. Fuck a nigga mean. Fuck a nigga mean. Ask my ops when it came to pain if they felt me. Before we ever heard of LUX, I had niggas hooked up to tubes, asking doctors if everything healthy. Yeah, you gon' get shot and bleed in the streets. Coroner showing up like, leave it to me. Harlem Hospital ain't gotta give beds out. All we need is the sheets. Nigga, all we need. All we need is a leap.
Hold on a second. I want to do something fucked up, man. What? Stay up, Jesus Christ, so I can see what I'm doing. Man. Let's see.
Technical.
Is it this way? This way?
What in the world are you doing, man?
I was
You doing VFX right now?
Yeah, my color correcting it because it's like really dark.
Shots fired. At the.
No shots. I'm
Don't
just making it
support
better.
this.
Just making it more enjoyable for us or for the viewers. We won't be able to tell, but they will.
I'm finna dog walk you. This a body, no matter how hard this nigga try. Think Squid Games. You done lost your marbles, old man. You finna die. I wonder why you this close and I ain't slapped you yet. Truth is, I done put in more work than over half you vets. Check the stats. Resume's not even close at all. I ain't one of these niggas you had in the Lions Den coaching and vouching for. I don't look up the dog. I did this shit off my own skill with no LUX involved. Nigga, trust. Trust me, dog. All my niggas in the building, and we the only ones holding. So fuck LUX, cause only my gun's loaded. Make sure I put you in front, then unload it. Fuck it's cuz smoking. You in front, then unload it. Fuck it's cuz smoking. We clearly was thugging. At the hospital, got your family trying to have the tears keep from coming. See how fast you go from the to the dearly beloved. Nigga. For years he been running. For years he been running. Battling once a year. They gon' say cuz such a performer. LUX just be securing the bag. You know who else be securing the bag? The motherfucking corners. Tell your bitch. Pipe down. I'm motherfucking warning her cause he know I ain't the one. That's a fucking fact. Had you in the crib tied up like where them fucking racks. She gon' watch me kill LUX or hotel me where the money at. This a stick up. This a stick up. Stop talking while I'm rapping, nigga. Before I beat your motherfucking ass. Ain't no nothing that, nigga. I'm not one of them. Nigga, I'm not playing. Nigga, talk like you like that. Nigga, yeah. You think a nigga playing. He think a nigga playing. LUX or hotel me where the money at. Yeah, nigga. This a stick up. This a stick up. You gon' get every bullet off this motherfucking Glock I'm holding. Shell stuck in his head, literally locked and loaded. I'm the one.
Bro, Geechi is such a treasure, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, the pacing is perfect. Great blend of having bars and like intricate wordplay that's not too difficult to digest. And just like the angles, the transitions, it's everything, dude. Like,
Yeah, he doesn't waste time. You know, it's like just straight Like it's like in 2-bar intervals, damn near. You know, rather than 4 a lot of times,
or fucking 12. Like
and his ability to react in the moment too. Like he's too comfortable at all times.
Yeah.
No, you can't make Geechi look dumb. You feel me? Because it's just not in his character. Like he can respond to anything in the moment and just flip it on you and maximize. You know what I mean? So it's better off to just not give him anything.
Yeah.
Just sit there and take it. Yeah. Because then you give it to him and it gives him an opportunity to make you look dumb. Like that shit. Like that was a moment that Lux kind of teed up, or you know, in his squad teed up, for Geechi.
To be honest, Lux should have just come dolo, 100%. And if Lux's entourage changed the entire energy of this battle and gave, like, especially the way that they were kind of maneuvering, it just took a lot of emphasis, and Lux would have looked like so much more of a G if he had just came dolo, and then we would have only had his material to focus on.
That's a whole different angle too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's just me. Like,
that would have been, but I get it, dude. Like no one wants to be in such a hostile environment. Like that's,
and also even that, it's like we've seen so many times the gas work to the person.
Yeah,
S1 finals. Well, like to one of their advantages more than the others. So I get that too.
Yeah, word up.
Weird ass niggas over there. Better act like they know. I'm the one these niggas not controlling. I'ma say what I'm gonna say. I don't wanna hear no hoodie looks is the GOAT. That shit be so gay. Nigga, they die in every hood. What difference is a gray one gonna make? Nigga, haters, go hate. But we was never friends.
That was funny as fuck when Geechi said gay and Drake was like, ooh, whoa, hold up. Don't say that.
What you mean by that?
Don't say that.
So if the Harlem looking for your crib, you better let me in. Masked up, gloves on. I work in medicine. Show up to LUX apartment in disguise like the Jeffersons. Moving on up. I can't wait to see you die. Gun butt you to your facial feature slide. Pistol whipping loaded to the gun catch a DUI. Nigga, you.
Pistol whipping loaded. That's crazy.
Honestly, Drake,
I'd hate that bar coming from most people, I feel like.
Drake, can you just do a song with Geechi one time for the culture?
Yeah, I feel like
that'd be fucking awesome.
I feel like they should. Hey, you gotta.
Please, Drake.
Yeah.
Put the homie on one time. Like,
I mean, the coolest aspect to me about this event was literally like before this battle, what we skipped over, but when they were introducing both people, and Lux came out to his music, and then introduced Geechi, and Geechi came out to his music, and Drake is dapping them up, and their music is playing. I'm just like, wow, this is
powerful,
so fucking cool, man.
It's powerful,
so fucking. For me, it was just cool seeing like Geechi's ascension. Like he's the top guy now. It's like
he like the way Geechi's music is like regional hood shit. That's the kind of shit Drake loves and like champions. And when he gets on a record like that, it like the same way he did for like Black Boy JB, the same way he did for Dirk, the same way he did for Lil Baby. You know what I mean? Like there's countless examples.
Yeah.
And if he did something like that with Geechi in particular, I think it would like go up.
Hell yeah.
Geechi's nice. Don't get it twisted. On records, like, period, he's nice. Like, even, especially, like the mythical LSC album that I was bumping it recently, and it's just me. I'm Daylight's on a couple of joints, but it's mostly just me, B-Dot, and Geechi, and it's like we create songs that none of us individually would make, but it meets in this, like, perfect pocket in the middle, and like me next to Geechi next to B-Dot, it all blends and brings a different vibe, and he's just straight up nice, whether it's on some lyrical shit or some banger shit or whatever, you know what I mean?
Shit is dope.
Yeah, don't get it twisted, chat.
We can ever see that?
Yeah. now navigating this new world, I'm like, oh, okay, where can this actually fit in? You
Let's
know
go.
what I mean?
Let's go.
You gon' drop a tear today? I ain't here to play, nigga. 100 rounds, it ain't a semi. This fully loaded with some of everything in them. Petty gang, nigga. Try and run, I hit him with the deuce. That motherfucker travel. Hit his calves and his thigh with it blew through. Leg shot, now his knees don't match with his body like Nunu.
Nunu just gets all the strays. She just be catching strays all the time.
Nunu looks really good in person. I'll say that.
Nunu's absolutely beautiful.
That is good.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
People say what they want, but like,
And she's like one of the nicest people.
she's hella cool. I fuck with Nunu.
Yeah,
like
Nunu's
a lot of y'all
awesome.
fools that be hating on Nunu would fucking literally fucking
Yeah, so let's some more of a
would
reflection.
chew the outside
shit's
of her
corny.
ass
Yeah,
on a
that shit's
sweaty day
Yeah, it's super
after
corny.
a brisk
Super
jog.
corny.
So quit fronting.
Y'all are
Lick the beads of
cornballs.
sweat off the crack of her ass.
I don't fuck with bitches. Look like Big Bird. So I had one of the homegirls steal her like Pittsburgh for trying to block. When a real nigga talking, put that bitch in a box. Cold word was nail in the coffin. Y'all don't be around. Y'all don't be around real niggas often. And on me it's crazy. Squeeze the 80. A ball head in her stomach ain't Beasley, baby. Y'all need
Amazing. that hit so hard because like at that time that was
That
like
happened right that week or
Yeah,
something
that was
like
like
that.
he changed that material.
Dude,
obviously, like,
you can tell how much it hits in the building because there's that one guy in the crowd that's like, ah! Like
that's
super
one of those
fucking
things when it
loud.
happened. Like people were instantly tweeting. It's like
Yeah.
the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing. People were instantly like,
Yep.
great. Like it's already played out for battle rappers to have that bar because whoever sets it off, you're not going to be able to do it better than that. And I'm sure there was other bars like that day. You know what I mean? But
I don't know. I think this might have been weren't you there? Or
I
you
was
didn't go
not
to that?
there. I was in the. It's so funny because was this October of last year?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is October of last year.
This is his birthday, October's on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was like right before we wound up securing our big deal with GTX, and I was like, I just felt super left out. But because
Okay,
everybody,
so right
I was in the
there.
East
Yeah.
Coast, everyone was there, and I felt like no one even gave a fuck that I wasn't there. Like I got a couple tweets about it, but it
Yeah.
was just like I was like, damn, like this put fire under my ass to really like bust him. I was like, I need to be back in the conversation in a major way and
Yeah, this
can't
man
be
was great.
resting on the laurels of my past accomplishments or busting moves for other leagues. I need to really fucking do something powerful. So
Yeah, but I think Geechi got the most like notable Beasley Nunu.
yeah, that was the one right there.
Because I don't remember if anybody else said anything like that at this battle. But man, I forgot this was his first.
Yeah,
This first is crazy. This
Yeah.
first is nuts.
real niggas often. And on me it's crazy. Squeeze the 80. A ball head in her stomach ain't Beasley, baby. Y'all need.
Also, Geechi isn't gonna say the shit we're all thinking, and that people are like, you probably shouldn't say it. He's gonna always go
don't give a
there.
fuck.
Every event, he's gone at caffeine at their events, like ridiculing them at Genesis for their shits going down. You know, he did that.
Dog, he wore
going at the people.
He
that
wore
are
a
paying
fucking.
him.
He wore a ruin your day hoodie on caffeine.
Caffeine. Yeah, totally. He doesn't care. You can't confine Geechi at all.
Dog, I really hope in his compliment battle with Frack earlier today, he starts it off with the use of bitch.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I really hope he did.
I'm
fool.
positive.
Like, that'd be amazing.
I was saying he should do the whole battle, then at the end just be like, just kidding, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Like the last thing to end on.
Y'all need to hate me. Cause wasn't you fucking with her too? Wasn't you fucking with her too? Was it around the time of the pregnancy? You seen what happened to Cub, baby. That's a child we'll never see. It's only right I bring it up on the Drake card since it didn't get a chance at a born legacy. And when it's real, y'all can tell.
Amazing.
Crazy.
See if you can make niggas believe in love. Nigga, Tom, don't wanna hear that bullshit. Ain't nothing like nigga, we crazy.
Round one.
Round one.
Any given Sunday. Sunday, March the 27th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Live and for free on Caffeine. Set your alarms and notifications now. Any given Sunday.
That's dope that they had.
I was feeling it.
That's fire. They had Real Deal Son do the narration between rounds.
Yo, did you ever see that trailer where Jay the Nightwing did the narration?
Yeah.
Nah.
So fire. Yeah.
He's got a good voice for that too.
Yeah, for real.
He's got like the second best voice in trailer history. You know
Yeah,
what
the
I
first
mean?
is that whoever does yours. I have no idea.
You know who
That
does?
fucking guy.
Yeah, that guy. The voice of God, they say.
I don't know. I don't know if he's watching now, but
It's
I
just
know
an
he's still.
NFT.
You know, there's this dude from Atlanta, Mercury Storm. You know who he is?
No.
He's like a big battlehead. He's a dope rapper and like artist and shit. And this fool, like, he's been involved in the culture for years, battle rap and shit. And this fool literally gets paid to do those voices.
Yo?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And but like he does those ones. Like he's one of the like.
Well, you know the guy that used to do. I mean, you probably know this.
Yeah.
His name was called the Voice of God.
Yeah.
And there's like some crazy like Hollywood lore. Like he was a janitor before that, and he basically they were like, "Hey, can you like come in really fast and do a mic check because we're all behind the board." And he came back there and he did that, and they're like, "Whoa, record this." And then that's all he did, and he became the voice of God for like every trailer. Yeah,
That's hard.
Let's go.
He Dennis Rodman the situation.
West Coast.
I fucking love Lux.
Lux is
I
the man.
fucking love Lux so much, man.
This for my niggas up north getting
Yes.
on that jack now. First smack back, we got a nigga to. Another handicap match, no wrench. Just a nut jar with the screws loose, but I'm back to that old fix. You don't get to pick and choose, I just abuse, just a bruise. I black and lead the blues clues, that'll show them. You don't ignore why the ground floor tour guide say if you don't amount to the Rushmore climb, you can run into a snow cliff. You chose this. You home, but feel flown in. They done put a Crip and Krypton in the riverbed, but the only thing you can float with. Without
Okay, talk that Superman shit.
without a boat, just this body gonna make you look a little yachty. You know I'm sitting on some shit. I'm at the party. Drake is hosting. When a Star Trek down the final Vulcan, the highest voltage, what I'm evoking, that's Heaven's Gates without the boating. Locked up in the same food chains, I got all your goats in. You ever saw what it looked like when the predators prey? It's minus the pulpit, the poping. This the pope you get beat to when you post it. Oh shit, a lion approaching. It's more like blood in the water, tides in the ocean. When they brought you out on the floor, all I saw was a dying goldfish. I wanted to find a bowl you could soak in, but this a moment. And it's gonna spill a stage to spill your brains. It hurts, but such a pill it gains. Y'all don't know what killer pain when it ain't ibuprofen. Loaded.
Dude, this is fucking rad.
Yeah.
This is hella cool. I love this. It's like not really appropriate for this setting, I feel.
No. It's his style. Like,
Yeah.
That's
can't
what I'm
be
saying.
not appropriate.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? But I love it because sometimes, like, his very first thing he says, like, to bar one, be like, really bad. Really, like, but then the immediate, like, build up follow is, like, amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I often find that, like, because what he does is he does these, like,
The shit potty line was terrible.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I was
That's
like, but then everything that came after
Was
it,
great.
like in the build-up, and what he
Yeah.
does, his style is like these burst increments. So it's like you'll get gear one, where it's like, Avo, ruin your day.
Yeah.
Something moving to say.
Yeah.
But it's really moving the name, the moving to say, but don't in the moving the name.
Yeah.
Oh, shit at the party.
Yeah.
And it's like these like constant like tides essentially.
Yeah.
But that first one, a lot of times, like, and it's a reason that I think some people tune out on the build-ups is because that first thing, it'll be like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then they'll miss the genius in between a lot. You know what I
that's
mean?
a really good
And
point.
but he's always been so unorthodox, and I love it. Especially in the modern era, but like where you can't do what he does. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Like,
and
no
that's
one.
the thing that I
It's
like about
imagery too. It's not just one style.
Yeah.
Like, I love that shit.
that's what I love about both of them is that anybody, like a lot of battle rappers nowadays in particular, there's not that much stylistic diversity, and that's really what we want to do with GTX is like champion stylistic diversity, but. And you can kind of, I feel like there's so many rappers in battle rap today where their bars are interchangeable. Like if this guy says it, it would come off exactly the same as if this guy said it. Yeah. But with Lux, nobody can pull off what Lux does but Lux. Nobody can pull off what Geechi does but Geechi.
Totally.
They're like so unique into themselves. And I feel like Lux, with the approach that he had, he has such a high battle rap IQ. He went into this knowing the odds are stacked against him. He's battling fucking Geechi Gotti in Long Beach in front of this very hostile crowd. And instead of trying to modulate his style to go against and diffuse Geechi's angles, he's gonna just do him to the umpteenth degree and get even more esoteric and outside the box and Luxish, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, that's true.
To just like so at the end of the day, it's creating this margin of doubt that people could be like, well,
I like Lux more.
I like
what he does more.
He's so good at what he does, and he has his wordplay is so superior. And
that's a lesson I've learned personally, but also that I think I've observed it watching battles more so than being cognizant of it during my prep is that the more that you, especially when you have more of a niche or unique style like a Lux, leaning into that in these bigger matches is usually always better because the people that like you are gonna ride for it. Whereas a lot of times people will feel pressure like, oh, this fool set up punch, I gotta set up punch more, otherwise people are gonna. But it's like you're never gonna disrespect Arsenal. You're never gonna like out punch Big K or Nat B Magic or whatever. So what you gotta do is lean into your own strengths, because anybody that fucks with that will double down on you rather than be like, oh, he did what he did but not as good.
Especially when there's no actual winner being determined. Then,
exactly.
You know what I mean? But there was a comment, I think dude's name was Philosophical Samurai.
Banned.
Don't
that name.
Let him rock, because I have a question for him. He said Geechi's his favorite, but he doesn't have an original style. What is the predecessor? No, I want him to answer this, so let him rock.
No, he's gone.
Who is the predecessor of Geechi's style in battle rap? Who raps like Geechi Gotti in battle rap prior to that? I'd hazard to say that it's the opposite.
You don't think Geechi, Fresco? What?
Oh yeah. Besides Sharon,
Definitely. All right.
I really want to know where Geechi got his style from.
He sounds like himself, man.
Yeah.
Lux is Geechi Gotti opponent? What the fuck is in that Cali weed and how you get smoked, nigga?
Shit like that.
They must be literally putting the dope in. Drizzy, you drowsy. Mama, they joking. You know it's crickets when the young grasshopper get loud like he big fly. Why? That's how bugged out Locust boasting.
That shit is crazy. That's low-key my favorite Lux bar of this entire battle. Like, that was really dope.
Hell yeah, that was good.
Right now, I want you to get out. He big fly. Why? That's how Mama, they joking. You know it's crickets when the young grasshopper get loud like he big fly. Why? That's how bugged out Locust boasting.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Nigga, right now, I want you to get out your phone, nigga. I want you to see how I'm coming across screen.
Hey, you're a dictionary. Hey yo, but I was actually doing sound design on a cartoon earlier, and I couldn't find, like, only from battles, but I wanted the like actual shit like that. Yeah. And I'm like, I listened to it, I'm like, this is fucking Nas.
Yeah, it's definitely Nas.
But everything I looked up, like trying to find it, I couldn't find it. And then there was hella threads where it's like, oh, it's actually like Rick Ross from this interview sped up. Oh, it's actually Martin Lawrence from Blue Streak. Like, slow down. And like, I couldn't find where it actually
It sounds like Nas or The Game.
Yeah.
But
it does sound like The Game.
I know where
the game just sounds like it. Whoever he's rapping.
Well, I know where the Don DeMarco is from, is from Can't Knock the Hustle by Jay-Z. And he says Don Juan DeMarco, and he took out the Juan.
Shout out to Dog DeBarco, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. Well, if you guys know where that's from, let us know.
You like a flood
You
warning.
like how I diffused the fact that I didn't have the answer by saying
You're like,
something
I know
else.
something
Yeah,
else.
I know something else.
I know this other one though.
Outsourcing.
If I had to guess, it's from like some Nas mixtape type thing. That's might not.
It
be
sounds. It's Nas.
Yeah.
I steps to my business like sobriety coaches. Your sisters, your brother and them, wherever your auntie and uncle is, I hope a doctor consoling. You already dead to be knowledge opposing. Get beat good if it's not in your head. You niggas got to wake up, he bopping and loaded. You might not get this ventilator like every bed in the hospital COVID. His Pots didn't know the degrees he was up against. 4 heading out till the body was frozen. Son was a hothead, got his temperature checked, but the mama the coldest. Not my Bay-Lo in here thinking he Beowulf. You don't stop at composure with this off the composer. It's paper on the line. And I get the feelings like margins and quotas. What we arguing over? You smarter, you older, you know the repercussions of every fucking bar that you wrote up. I took note of. Your man check engine light on and I'm just starting the motor. Got your whole movie out here.
Shouts to the Beowulf reference. That's fucking really outside the box for a battle rapper.
You talking about Beowulf?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like the first poem ever. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Supposedly.
It's supposedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Was it written in Archimedes by George Washington?
First human, the fucking first human, with the oldest building.
What's that building called?
You know,
Elko Elkie. What's it called?
in your song,
Becky Becky,
Joe Beckley type of.
Yeah, Joe Beckley Techley by fucking George Washington. When civilization started.
I love like the LUSH memes now, like that, and it has a hole. The sagas continue.
Engine light on, and I'm just starting the motor.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought it was the Epic of Gilgamesh, but I'm like, maybe that's just like an epic.
Yeah, that's not a poem, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a haiku.
But I feel like
in a drive.
Never mind.
LAUSD did not teach me wrong. There's no way. I mean, come on.
I feel like the first poem ever had to be by Disasters.
By Disasters Dad.
Took note. Your man check engine light on, and I'm just starting the motor. Got your whole movie out here loaded? Yeah, I know, sir. You talking the 96 version of the 2018 one with Travolta. Which mall flick you niggas want to go to the vote for? Because this shit never. Whichever. Father God, he is in here with the Godfather. I can see no reason for you to play untouchable. You're a good fella, nigga. I'm not believing in them lies. I got the 40, being with him, he's a saint. I could see it in his eyes.
Crazy.
It can't be true. So I was at the airport, right? I ran into this old plumber, he used to work at a death row studio. He done been in more gangster shit than you, nigga. You low-key a huckster. I believe when you got the...
There's just weird...
Yeah, we're in a breeze.
Incredible setup. Like the concept. That could have gone so many places.
Totally,
but.
yeah.
In Compton, them niggas is punking you. They get down with the set like, get comfortable. LUX is who they put on the table. Oh, you the Lunchable. Gave you a gang of money. Ain't the Hunnish blue? Sucker you? But I got to put it in Geechi or something? You're gullible, nigga.
That was dope.
Simple. Ignorant.
For those that don't know, Geechi and Gullah are... Geechi is a dialect of the Gullah people off the coast of Virginia, I believe.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a type of dialect.
I was just thinking of the old ass show, the
Gullah Island, but that's
like the land.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit, I used to love that shit. Come and let's stay together in the bright sunny weather. Let's all go to Gullah Island.
Yeah, that shit was lit. That shit was lit. and it's a crazy.
I didn't know Geechi was
That's what
on that show.
Yeah, he like starred.
No, for sure, but that like dialect, and if you go to like parts
That's
of,
very bad to say.
if you go to those like islands off the coast of Virginia, you'll still hear, and even in parts of like the South around Virginia, some people still use that dialect, and it's
That's
fucking
crazy.
awesome. Sounds super Caribbean, but different, and it has like a whole, it's a crazy little interesting subsect of
Leave
history.
it to LUX to hit on that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I'm surprised this whole time that no one's ever said that to Geechi or like made reference to that, because I've always been kind of fascinated by his name, and even the fact that
JC went.
Yeah.
JC did a whole thing about his name.
Right, well, there's this whole thing. Also, like, there's a slang, Geechi man, which means like basically he's like you're gay or whatever. And, that's a whole
JC's
other...
whole like one of his whole rounds when they battled in Raleigh was like about that essentially.
Yeah.
So and it was in the South. So, but I think that's the only person that really went at him like that, like a whole round about it.
That's ill for Lux to even have that frame of reference.
Totally.
Nigga.
Shit like that.
Simple. Ignorant. Like the rhymes you be kicking. Make this nigga rap tonight, man. I don't want to hear all them theatrics and capping. That shit, man, in the ending, you gonna wing it, but that bird shit won't fly, nigga. The penguin, nigga, send it. Don't talk to me about big pay. I watched you rap for 5 weeks straight just to split 150K. We got paid way more than that.
That's such a flex on everybody. What the fuck?
That's really fucking funny.
Goat shit right there.
That's really fucking funny.
We got Chase. This is Fine Diamond versus Nickel and Diamond. You ain't
He like cut himself off.
We got Chase.
Because before he said
we got paid way more than that and just the... We got Chase.
Like, I want to
This is Fine Diamond versus Nickel and Diamond. You ain't got it, that's why you get out of pocket. We could have booked this on a riot, but my fear make Gotti forget about it. This is so sweet, bro. I got to keep hitting this garbage nigga with clean blows. They said Gotti was a made man. Yeah, that's finito. Is he slow? Y'all don't find it odd? I watched the doc with this nigga walking through the Grandies, talking about how his man, he got cool with some ops behind bars. And on camera, you said you could relate. What kind of banging is these niggas doing, man? That shit sound fake, or you a fraud, a whole facade. You said your man found religion and turned to the Lord. You might as well followed in his footsteps. I mean, you're already in here giving your life to God, nigga.
Shit like that.
Pop the jaw, man. I want to get him the real sauce of what I'm cooking. This nigga tofu. This nigga tofu asking me about niggas' daddies and the relationships that they go through. I'm going loco on a local at the mail office. Nigga, I'm posted. Fuck you thought. They tried to make consciousness look soft.
Like I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to.
You like tofu?
You like estrogen?
Tofu is fucking disgusting. So I think Lux kind of wins this round based off that. That's fucking gross. Calling somebody tofu.
Tofu's whack 90+% of the time.
Unless you cook it with good stuff.
Yeah, or it has
ultra seasoned.
It has to be like, honestly, I don't fuck with tofu unless it's like deep fried, deep fried hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which
like,
anything's good deep fried.
Yeah, because the texture, it just tastes like hard water.
Yeah, it's
like,
fucking gross.
Garbage.
I'm glad we finally found it's like bad for you too, so we can just forget about it.
Why?
It's
estrogen.
Yeah, it's basically,
that's not true.
It gives you nipples.
No, it's
really
phytoestrogen, which is the equivalent of estrogen in plants and doesn't metabolize as in human bodies as anything close to actual estrogen.
It makes you grow a clit on your forehead.
Yeah, so it's one of the like, you know,
urban myths
kind
or
of
whatever.
Yeah, like surface level like fitness like myths. It's
interesting.
Not, it does. Yeah, soy and that shit. Like
same thing.
It's phytoestrogen, which is like the plant equivalent, but doesn't have the same effect in the human body.
So is that in plant protein then?
Some shit like that. Yeah.
So like plant protein would be like that essentially. Like it would build your estrogen up, right?
Plant protein?
Yeah.
What
Is
do
that
you
what you're saying?
No. I'm saying like the reason people associate it with estrogen, like is because of phytoestrogen in it, which is literally just some plant shit that doesn't register in our bodies. It's like estrogen.
Oh, so it actually does have that in it. It doesn't actually do what people think it does, though.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Fuck you, though.
Grow a clit on your
They try to
forehead.
make consciousness look soft. Ain't nothing small-minded about a nigga that stood tall. I fought them all, nigga. Spiritual fights, hood brawls, boys in the hood. Always talking about, I don't want to hear that bullshit, Sharif. They wasn't saying that when I was taking their football. You do know Sharif in Menace to Society is the same guy that was in Boys in the Hood that was taking these niggas football.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
I just want to make sure you niggas know what to look for. Tonight, don't gun bar me to death. You know your usual. I couldn't come back till the clip was empty. You know the usual. You gonna start looking more like a fat chick putting on. You squeezing it, but the body don't suit you. That's hard for me to throw you. That's hard for me to throw you. You caught a body, and it's probably a
No, you should have just called Geechi Young M.A. Be like, shut the fuck up. You ain't slick, Young M.A.
You can definitely tell that Lux is like not really. He doesn't have his material down as well as he usually does.
Yo, Young M.A.,
know?
you ain't slick, dog.
It seems like he's losing his path a lot. You know.
I think some of it is also lack of reaction where you might expect it.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
that'll always kind of throw you off your rhythm a little bit.
Totally. Yeah, but doesn't it seem like he's kind of like losing his track sometimes?
A little bit.
partner in yoga, nigga. You're now walking with Yoda. Thoughts of Alona with this autumn of Don't give you niggas this work out the
Any
heart of
Yoda reference? Auto dub.
You're a Star Wars fan?
Nah.
Oh.
I'm a Yoda fan.
Yoda's fire.
Word.
Yoda and Grogu now whole lineage. You feel me?
Grogu?
Yeah.
Baby Yoda.
Oh, that's the kid?
The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian's great.
Oh, it's such a
Super
good
good.
show.
Yeah.
So is Loki.
Yeah, Loki's
And
really
Moon
good,
Knight
too.
is fire too. It's like there's like 3 episodes out right now.
That's really good.
And I think it's some modern shit. Like I think it's a new character. I don't know shit about like, nerd shit like that, but like Chase is putting me on game. But yeah, Moon Knight on Disney. It's like
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with this fool Ledge, bro? He says tofu is better than avocados, bro. You're banned from the state of California.
banned.
Jim.
band.
Get the fuck out of here, fool.
Not a wise decision, my
Yeah.
friend.
now walking with Yoda. Thoughts of Alona with this autumn of Donut. Don't I give you niggas this work out the heart of the folder? You gonna fold up. You not that sharp and you showed us. I saw you on that live. Petrified of the squad car when it rolled up. Trying to justify the part where you froze up like nah, you don't know, cuz. You don't know what? We don't know what.
Yo, I love how Poison Ben's like ad-libs are like coming through on the audio.
Amazing.
Yeah, always. I like when Lux, one thing is he can be super like esoteric and shit, but like when he does the big homie shit and with a simple ass line like you don't know what, like that, if he balanced that a little more of going in between the like crazy style he has that's like not accessible to some, and then those like big homie moments which he can do to like anybody in battle rap, like it'd be less arguable descriptors of his performance, or you know what I mean, breakdowns, like
totally.
it would even come across even more like he totally is given the like old head like uncle fucking talking to the youngins like vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know what's super ill about Lux is he does that without even really being an old head. You know what I mean? He's been so much younger than people realize he is, and he still personifies that OG energy. And what I really like about
He's younger than DNA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like 17. But what's crazy about Lux is that he just the way he oscillates his delivery, like there's no real fucking with what he does. As we said earlier, you can't be better at him than what he brings to the table. And I like that. People are saying that they feel like he's getting shaken by the fact that the crowd isn't reacting. I don't think he's shook at all. I think he already anticipated it, and he's just getting through his material.
That was us.
Yeah,
not people.
I don't.
Say what you mean.
Yeah. The
he was wrong.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm the one.
The hops.
The hops. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, no, what? We don't know what. Oh, you had that Adam family thing on you? Just 1 minute you was there, then there was nobody, just hands walking alone, bruh. You can't be serious. Believe you a shooter, nigga, you want peace in your future. But for these stacks, you gonna rap like you want smoke. You the whole pack that dropped back and sat by the tree like Buddha. Man, I ain't seen a nigga pop out that skin since Debo knocked out the nigga for the beach cruiser. You want some of this?
The juxtaposition of references going from
Buddha
to Friday. Like, that's only
crazy.
LUX can do
Went
that.
back there and sat by the tree like Buddha. Buddha meditated for like 7 years.
Yeah,
underneath a I forget, cypress tree or some kind of tree. You know what I mean? And that's when he was like, "Oh shit, it's lit."
Yeah.
Two old man knocked out the nigga for the beach cruiser.
Yeah,
a pop pack that dropped back and sat by the tree like Buddha. Man, I ain't seen a nigga pop out that skin since Debo knocked out the nigga for the beach cruiser. You want some of this too, old man? No.
He's had to smash. Smash just starts dying.
So good.
No. You come around Harlem, sitting around here messing with these people for. Show ass in the car, man. Let's go! Tom.
Dope shit. Dope shit from LUX. Round 2. Geechi, let's go.
Do you think that LUX rapped longer?
I think we just talked more.
No, but I'm saying
let's see. So 14 to 23. So that's 10 minutes. Yeah, probably a little bit. About a couple minutes, which is kind of long and for a battle rap round. Yeah, I don't know. People might have that approach sometimes. I feel they're I'm just gonna write more, to win the battle. So sometimes that will work. Sometimes that backfires really heavily. I feel if you're kind of dragging it parts, if you can feel it really heavily. Is that why you said that? You felt like it dragged out?
Well, I feel like he consolidated so much material into that round. I feel like it's kind of a strength that for Geechi to keep it concise, but I also feel like if Geechi went that long, it wouldn't have served him well. So it's I'm more just remarking on the interesting strategic
LUX
decisions.
needs more real estate to get to his payoffs.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Geechi be hitting every 2 bars.
Right.
He's much more of a summarized setup punch. Not saying he's just a setup punch guy, but he gets to his payoffs quicker.
Yeah. Well, it's just so, and it's I really just feel like it's a great strategy of LUX. The only way he could have offsetted Geechi's just assault and overall dominance by just doing him to the point where there's gonna be all these people that are gonna say he won regardless if you feel his style more, and there's nothing wrong with that because
you start to forget what Geechi said. The more time you take and the more disk hard drive space you take, you know what I mean?
Totally.
And the fact that he doesn't fuck up and he just maintains his cadence and pacing and energy, it's hard to say that he lost.
All right, top of the second on Geechi. Let's go. Let's get it.
I know a dope fiend when I see one.
Amazing.
I know a dope fiend when I see one. You know the local felon. State to state trafficking that white baby. I had that cocoa melon. What bro selling? The fact that he tone, you supposed to be some milk drinking motherfucker with strong bones. I don't give a fuck about them ab exercises, LUX. It's 40 a bust open a 6-pack quicker than Stone Cold. Nigga,
That reminds me of one of my favorite Jadakiss bars. And the song It's I think it's either on. It might be on the. I think it's on the joint with on his first album on Kiss the Game Goodbye. The Ain't None of Y'all Better, where he's all like, "Yeah, you work out, your 6-pack on nice, but this 12 gauge, you have your 6-pack on ice." He's like, yeah, you work out and your abs all nice, but this 12 gauge, you have your 6-pack on ice. Like,
hard.
My favorite like weightlifting bar was Big K versus Pat Stay.
Hit them weights.
Those weights don't hit back.
That's just the difference between me and you. Like, I have a Jadakiss frame of reference, and yours is Big K versus Pat Stay.
When I'm at the gym and I see anyone that looks like you, I just say that under my breath. Well,
Word. Pussy. Bitch. Yeah.
What? I just think what?
Nigga, you been on a long road fighting addiction, but this right here gonna be a nice intervention about how that coke be having your nose up more than light-skinned bitches. Hold tight, nigga, listen. Hold tight, nigga, listen. Cause you came up in that crack era when them niggas was moving it from block to block. It was only one rule. You sell it, don't smoke it. Cause once you start, it'd be hard to stop. But one day you got curious, decided to cop. Am I lying or not? Didn't Tay start on your league? From streets to battle rap, you was the first one to give Rock a shot, nigga, on Nutty Block.
LUX agreeing right there makes it hit harder too. Where it's like if he just would have just, he's like, yeah. It just makes
probably hard because
whole,
it's like validating his league.
He's confirming Tay-Rock, but the larger implication is that you doing drugs too. Like you're confirming that as well. You know
There's no way you can come out with those angles without cocaine, bro.
The battle rap, you was the first one to give Rock a shot, nigga, on Nutty Block. He got his own demons, he ain't battle check. Remember Jay-Z tweeted your slogan? Then nothing came after that? You gon' get this work. Same thing the dope man say every time you get your battle check, nigga.
Wow. That's another thing that Geechi's really good at. Like, he's not considered like an angler. You know what I mean? Like a typical angler. Yeah. But he can set up a scenario and punch the lights out off that. You know, like that. Totally right. He introduced the concept of... And it was a sneaky way to like tie in you being on drugs and like your league, you know what I mean? And like first one to give Rock a shot being confirmed by but now it's like everything that comes after has that much more weight behind it, and he's using that to punch. You know what I mean?
Nina, happy born day, play girl. Hey, love you.
Happy life anniversary.
That's the homegirl for real. But you know what? Like, I feel like people that watch battle rap super much, they might not be that into Geechi, and they'll like be like, oh, he's overly simplistic and it doesn't really make sense to them. But people like, what makes Geechi so great is he can still appeal to a lot of the hardcore fans, but people that are just casual observers of battle rap are going to tend to gravitate towards his material a lot more, and he increases the overall ceiling for people that are attracted to battle rap because he makes his shit so palatable. Like, yeah, you're right, he doesn't angle that much, but when it does, he's like, you're clearly a fucking basshead, homie. And he does it in a way that he'll have references that you need to follow battle rap to understand that he's going to get this work, but he'll flip that in a way that even if you don't know what that means, that's still, hey, the dope man's said he's gonna get this work. So even if you don't get the bar, you still get the bar, and I think that is a strong testament to his overall greatness.
Yep, 100.
Hey, every time you get your battle check, nigga. Same thing the dope man say every time he get his battle check. You a glorified crackhead. Nothing more, nothing less. You spend your deposits on goofy ass outfits and buy drugs with the rest. Now, with all due respect, just keep it.
I feel attacked. That's like me for so many years of my life. I feel attacked as fuck.
Real cuz it's fine. Y'all don't find it crazy how he always grabbing at his nose when he thinking of a line. And speaking of lines, you said you was something like Marcus Garvey, nigga, I highly doubt you. Fuck all them Zulu outfits and them koofies. Nigga, you put a fist up around me, it's lights out. Bitch, I knock the black power out you. Fake ass Farrakhan. Who the fuck is you teaching? We on demon time. Give a fuck about your preaching. You ain't battle Diz, Dave, Danny, Nitty. What the fuck is the reason? How the fuck is we crowning you the king and you ain't got the fucking achievements? Who made you a legend, Lux? Them weird ass fans and shit, overhead bars, super intricate jams you spit. What the fuck good is the message if half the niggas listening can't understand the shit? Man on crib, they gon' say I ain't got a pen, but that's what they supposed to. Meth and red with the ivory. You know how smart I'ma look after I smoke you, nigga.
Reminds me of the Jay-Z, like when he's talking to Nas, just because
you
don't understand him, it don't mean that he's nice. Just means you don't understand all the bullshit that he writes. Is it Uchi Wally Wally or is it one mic?
That against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like his whole angle.
Yeah.
I got 50K for this. After this, I'ma need 100 with some extra cheese. All that, I'm doing this shit for the culture to uphold the art. Nigga, please. If I ever said I was doing it for the craft, I was talking about the cheese. You thought we was getting these type of bags? You thought we was getting these type of bags until I came around? Nigga, don't be silly. Drake and caffeine wasn't putting up no money till I became the face. Think about it really. I headlined the first card. After that, I main evented plenty. You right. Me and Nitty, we split 150. Shout out to Drizzy. Bitch, when you was the face, y'all was happy to get an extra 10 from Diddy. Nigga, what a...
Dude, that is all fucking nuts.
Yeah,
that's hella fucking crazy. And he incorporates what Lux said into that, like, flop. That is super impressive, man.
Yeah.
That's super
that's
impressive.
not just, he was like weaving it in.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just like the simple, like the setup punch, like he was like some bitty, like he was layering the like that was crazy.
And you know what? At the end of the day, maybe like I'm admittedly, and I love Loaded Lux, but I'm a little bit biased to Geechi because like I'm a gangster rap connoisseur. As much as I love hip hop, like my favorite subgenre and what I was raised on is gangster rap. So I've always wanted there to be like a battle rap version of 91 Ice Cube. That's like the prototype, and that's what I see Geechi as. He embodies that, you know what I mean? Like that energy right there. And that's not to say that I'd want everyone to be like that, but the fact that someone does that so well and with a Compton accent, just like I'm gonna be naturally drawn to it every single time. So I love this round. People might not like it as much, but I think he's killing it.
This shit's crazy.
Getting these type of bags until I came around? Nigga, don't be silly.
The mac and cheese line was kind of weak, though. I'm gonna just say that. The Kraft line. Other than that, it's just stupid.
Drake and caffeine wasn't putting up no money till I became the face. Think about it really. I headlined the first card. After that, I main evented plenty. You right. Me and Nitty, we split 150. Shout out to Drizzy. Bitch, when you was the face, y'all was happy to get an extra 10 from Diddy. Nigga, what a...
It's such a response to what Lux was saying in his first round too. It was just
the best comment of the day.
And that's super real too. He's not like lying about any of that. He's not doing an angle. That's like pretty much just self-evident facts right there. Geechi was literally the first like billboard I've ever seen in battle rap. Like they got him and Torque were on a fucking billboard in Atlanta, like an actual billboard. That shit was fucking insane, dude.
Shut up, nigga.
Well, it's like this. You feel me? Like all the sold out concerts that Jay-Z and Eminem did. They're not like. Curtis Blow's not getting celebrated for that, but it's still midgets standing on the shoulders of giants. So it's a great angle.
Use the M word.
Midgets, yeah.
I mean, what? Chill. Should edit that. Should CGI that out.
Now, I'm quoting a Jay-Z line, so Jay-Z shouldn't use that then.
Yeah. Well, Jay-Z would say other words, would you?
I thought they were supposed
to. You're not on watch.
I haven't heard him say the F word recently.
But what do you mean by that comparison? I don't get it.
Because it's like, yeah, it's true. Geechi is like the score has been upped in battle rap culture and all that. But if it wasn't for the work that Lux put in, it wouldn't get to that point.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. You're right.
So.
Talking about, want 10,000 ass nigga, we had that.
And Busy B.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
What was the first poem again?
Yeah, it all goes back to Beowulf or Gilgamesh.
The original,
the ballad of Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
He was that year. What a pity.
My skill's been fresh since Gilgamesh.
My next
You think you're from
album
the
is
real?
actually called
Hey, you think you're from the realest set? Well, my skill's been fresh since Gilgamesh.
My next project is called The Epic of Ilgamesh.
Ooh, let's go.
Mine's called the I'm popping a Pilgrimage.
All right.
Nigga, the culture was dying. I put this shit on my back. I made it cool to be a nigga who was actually living what he rapped. To the youth, shit, I'm probably bigger than Smack. I'm the reason these kids want to battle nowadays, and this is facts. That ain't a jab at nobody. Shit, maybe a little slap. Now this is facts.
Let's go. Get him on that stage.
I like how Lil Slap gets grown men in their feelings so much because he's so much more tapped into battle rap culture than so many people on there. Like, you know what? Fuck this kid. But he's actually
standing next to Drake.
Yeah.
He's getting mentioned. That is fucking insane, dude. That is so fucking crazy.
I really hope that, you know, and if he doesn't, God bless him regardless. But I hope that Lil Slap sticks with it, because if he does, because, you know, I know that when I was that age, I was into other shit that a few years later I didn't give a fuck about it. I hope he don't burn himself out of battle rap and think it's lame by the time he's actually old enough to be formidable to, you know, an adult audience. But if he does, he's destined to being a GOAT.
For real.
Maybe a little slap. This nigga cap. Yeah, you was a pioneer when y'all was battling in the trenches, but my era is the reason it's a multi-million-dollar business. I took this shit. That's a fact.
Great angle.
My era is the reason it's a multi-million-dollar business. I took this shit to heights you ain't even deemed possible. The money you got tonight back then wouldn't even seem logical. So when you get paid them racks and give it to that dope dealer, I'm the nigga you should pay homage to. Bitch, I'm the GOAT. When I finally met all my favorite battle rappers, they all was broke. Facts. When I finally met all my favorite battle rappers, they all was broke. Satisfied with getting paid crumbs, long as we called them dope. Life was rough. Half y'all niggas still had jobs and shit. Daylight was willing to fuck Puff. Bunch of weirdos.
Bunch of weirdos.
Bunch of weirdos. Bunch of weirdos. And Beasley out.
Obviously, y'all know that's like the most disrespectful thing you can say in LA. So, Geechi calling you a weirdo, that's all bizarre.
Playing with pool sticks and duct tape. Don't ask me how I know. Just know you niggas is cupcakes. Cuz thought he was the end game. Just now realizing I was the update. Yo, Smack. Yeah. I wouldn't have let him in my house, and bitch, don't think we forgot you the reason Walter got knocked out. Nigga, I'm asleep. Yeah.
Didn't that just happen right before then, too? That was like the night before.
Yeah. I've been sleeping with pounds on in my couch, zipped and bagged it, feel like grandma crib. The way I'm sitting on cushion plastic, shit get tragic. Squeeze the ratchet. Say you don't believe in coronavirus till you 6 feet and quarantined in that casket. Nigga, you ain't no boss, nigga. You ain't never
Frack applauds.
Slide for the guys that lost their lives for the cost, nigga. Cold Word was Summer Madness too. I really had to pop calicos for my lost niggas.
Dope shit.
Round. That was just a talking to your soul round. You know, that whole angle is two angles. One of it was
the drug shit. I'm the
and
reason
then,
why this is so big.
Yeah, like, and it speaks to, it's not just this convoluted thing of like, oh, I'm the reason we make money. It's like talking directly to what, of course, is a constant theme with Lux and his material of like, I made this shit, I'm the OG, woo, wop, you know what I mean? So it's like speaking directly to that and just plainly put, like, I loved it. Super effective.
Yeah, that was fire.
We don't want to hear that bullshit, Sharif. You right, nigga, rap.
It's the same narration. It's the same narration. They've been trying to
Man, I don't know why. It like bothers me kind of that Lux drinks like juice when he raps. Like he doesn't drink water, he drinks like juice.
For sure, like ginseng or some other shit. Like, yeah.
It's kratom.
That's hilarious.
No, it's for sure like some yerba mate. Fucking, that is fucking
That
funny.
definitely is. Yeah.
No, that's just for sure crazy.
They've been trying to give me you new niggas since about whatever. But if I'm generations ahead of the class, but the presence they can't pass up, does that make him wrong for trying to write with me? Is this the era? I don't know, but I feel forever. It was never about how many battles. What is this, high school? Or was all you niggas just in school high? If it take him 50 tries to my 5, what? Nah. I can never let the niggas y'all think special.
Good angle. My impact's greater by doing less.
Yeah.
Educate me. Chill, hey, niggas get left.
Yeah, Loaded Lux is drinking Yoo-hoo.
Let the niggas y'all think special educate me. Yo, hey, niggas get left back every grade, B. You see what I'm saying? I mean, we talking lyrically here, though. You Justin Combs, you get all puffed up in tone, but little did he know.
Little did he know.
The maintenance I put in is in your makings. You know where you got it from, but you don't know where it came with. I'm sanctioned. Jesus Christ. This is God telling his son, you too bright to think you gonna take what you got out my shadow to give me shade with. Who orchestrated this? Smack did. Theatrics. This is LeBron putting my number on in his dream match, and I'm Jordan with the lean backspin that taught Kobe his deep practice. Just came outside. Bitch, I know them front lines like a lead actress, nigga. We active. Yeah, shout out to my brother Wilder. All the while we actors. If we measure in heart, you the meter. If you the face of URL, then Loaded Lux is the face of the culture, nigga. And stop go up anytime he in the feature. That walkout reminded him of the Lions Den. Till this day, I'm still ringing in leaders. You can never be in that position. Not even the bleachers. We saw what happens when you on your way to fights, right? And they don't plant trees in arenas, neither, nigga.
You know, like, so people could say that
Super fire.
the LA crowd is biased, but I'll tell you what, the fact that the LA crowd isn't talking over this material is a testament to their overall strength, in my opinion. Like, if this had been in any other city, I feel like there'd be people talking in the
Even on when he battled
there's like 1,000 people in there.
New Jersey, it was like hella dead space. And,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, Lux in New York is different. You know what I mean? But here, it's like he's not getting hated on.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because. But here's my thing. With some of this, there's so much dead space because it's both. It's a double-edged sword because his word choice sometimes is a riddle. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he'll say something that's super simple. Like it could have just been saying like avocados sitting at the table. Yeah. But instead, it'll be like something like hell of like.
Yeah, totally.
It'll be a fucking riddle. It'll be like.
The Watcher when Ava was present or something.
Yeah, it'll be like the Watcher where the cinematography is plotting at the round table. You know what I mean? Like, you mean Avo is sitting down?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like a lot of it is like taking time to decode what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
But I love it too. It's a double-edged sword. And in the live experience, it's hard to like track. And then he'll do that burst fire shit where he fires off the next couple lines while you're still trying to decode the one.
Wait, so
before
basically,
it,
long story short, Lux is like a hood-ass Aesop Rock.
Low key, his
Like-
battle style 100%.
Stomach full of Halo kibbles.
Yeah, like hella, for real. Like I would totally compare, like obviously they're stylistically different, but there's vast similarities in it. You know what I mean?
Vast
Or
hair.
even like Ghostface.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Well,
Where it's like I'm painting this
Ghostface-
picture, but it's almost like a mosaic of verbiage. You know what I mean?
To me, Ghostface is head ice.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's
100%. Yeah, I see
far
that.
as battle
million,
rap, like,
$1,000,000%.
You know
You're
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
But to me, like what, and I know Aesop Rock is a weird comparison, but there is like it just leans so heavy on poetic literary devices.
Yep.
And just
yeah, I love it, but it's a double-edged sword for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why there's all this dead space in the live.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love.
You're trying to fucking listen to it, but he's engaging enough to make you listen.
Yeah.
Because like again, no one else could pull off what he's doing.
No.
And they don't plant
And
trees.
Geechi's the opposite.
The opposite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
and especially the round he just did, even for Geechi, is like, I'm just gonna say the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna punch the whole way through. I'm gonna just say what I mean every bar, because I want this to be as clear as possible.
Yeah.
It's a crazy juxtaposition. you know what I
Gilgamesh versus Ice Cube.
Arenas, nigga. Because when you on your way to fights, right? And they don't plant trees in arenas, nigga.
mean? Fire.
I'm gonna keep touching on it like a blind reader. Yeah.
Like that line is crazy. You know what I mean? It took a interesting road to get there that I think would have had a bigger, like if Twerk said that line, or like somebody who just puts it a little more plainly, it would have been pandemonium. You know what I mean?
Totally.
But it's interesting, and I like it stylistically, and it's unique. But it sometimes you lose people on the way there, because that line should have got more of a reaction.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
true.
But you lose some people on the way.
Yeah.
It's a turbulent ride to get there.
Yeah,
You know?
take the scenic route. To say the
Yeah.
least.
It's like the Indiana Jones fucking ride at Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? You're
Yeah.
kind of just rattling along in the back trying to follow what he's saying, what the fuck he's saying. But it's fucking fun. You know?
I'm gonna keep touching on it like a blind reader. Yeah.
Shit like that.
It's hard.
Speaking of what we read here,
Fucking fun
so
like
I'm at
sex
new
and
news, getting the new
art.
news. Yeah, it's just expression.
Love it, love
Niggas mad, I be talking my shit, but this is what I do, dudes. Ill with it too. Soon I'm checking the YouTube, something you was going on about, looking like a ghost in an empty haunted house. Boo-hoo. The fuck is you always crying about, nigga? Do you? You salty. Like how you wait to get on caffeine to stop dealing with coffee, man? I don't know.
Why you wait?
You young niggas lost me. Like I ain't have a choice, bitch. No, it's fundamentals you lack. You went and got a podcast called No Studio. I guess he couldn't get his life on track. Don't worry, you'll be back. They gonna vote cause you in-house. You the new hot shot. You see what, you know what hero winner get him? They gonna say it was dope how you went out. He getting his section sung. Buried in his own backyard, gotta respect this bum. I'm only giving him this history lesson once. 50-11 records, one diss track, strong impact. You said and done. That don't make you a settler though, Drake, bro. I'm in here trying to show you how the West was won. I hope you catch that one.
That was tight.
He bought all blues. These niggas looking like dog food. Popped up on you like a future baby. West Coast brought that smoke to you like the hookah lady. This for ruler shit. I'm a king. Caffeine, nigga, who the pimps. Anytime it's your fourth headline and combined, you couldn't even crack 200,000. Smack. You the one that know how to use a bitch, nigga.
That was tight.
That was crazy.
It ain't got nothing to do with money. It ain't got nothing to do with money. We all got to put food in tummies. But to be a proper earner, I watch your mergers when your Bobby Schmurder. And y'all here moving funny, man. It's the funny shit that puzzle us. Get trouble in the hustlers. Geechi Gotti and this motherfucker losing customers. That's on the dead homies. We don't care about your struggle raps. You bubble rap. Always in the middle of shit. Taco. Y'all know he don't work for the Food and Drug Administration. Why is you speaking for avocado? Why go to his crib to watch my battles to get your day ruined? Oh, you a stan, boy? Yeah, I'm name calling. The Mark is a fan, Troy. You got the contract. You know the nigga name is really Marcus Fan Troy. I mean, I can't make this shit up, man. I can't make this shit up. Debbie, this nigga line. Cancel your business line. Ship that shit down the river line. The finish line, to me, look like Invisalign. You just tripped. I'm cryptic with this shit so intertwined.
That shit is crazy, man.
Debbie, this nigga line. Cancel your business line. Ship that shit down the river line. The finish line, to me, look like Invisalign. You just tripped. I'm cryptic with this shit so intertwined. This shit so intertwined.
Cryptic,
You can't jack it
wow.
unless you tap into the inner line. This for men in line. You got to get a line to even get a line. These niggas know what's up when I'm rolling up. I would've bought a gray hoodie. Nah, but he ain't cold enough. They want that old loaded look.
That whole rhyme scheme was insane.
He was spazzing.
Gotta tap into your inner lion, like all that shit. The finish line to me look like Invisalign. Just to get in line, just get in line. Just that shit was crazy.
I would've bought a gray hoodie. Nah, but he ain't cold enough. They want that old loaded look.
That was a bar.
He not cold enough. We here. They want that old loaded look. Hammer tuck. On the arm of who they hand it to. Canister. You thought I hung it up like the banister. Rock incredible, don't I? Bruce Banner, the Bam Bam, and the man in you. Better keep it together like a manager. I don't play games for the throne. I'm like a Lannister. All up in this perimeter. You don't know the parameters. I sandwich the boy's head. Pause, but they all scared. I've been scanning. I can sense it. His panics. I feel like I'm battling Cortez. Yeah. Annis, no disrespect at the core, but the doorway is wide open. If God willing, well, likely you going. I don't care if this nigga security tighter than Otis. You LA niggas getting clocked. Next, I'm headed out to watch. Light said I rap like I'm twisting in the Rubik's Cube. Cool. Cause I ain't gonna talk when I spin the block. I'm in your shop. I'm in the shop. I burn that midnight oil till it's grease. I'm loyal to the beef. Yeah, niggas talk till they get caught between their teeth. Treats. I'll make you make that sour face. I'm dealing with the spoils for the sweet. Yeah, all of it you can eat. All you getting reached. New nigga, same terms. I turn more you into grief. I'm sketching classics. I put together. What the fuck? I'm sketching classics. You the me who offer my threads and patterns. I put bread in baskets. So what? I stitch together the very fabric. They never patent. What the fuck? Yeah. I stitched together the very fabric.
He's like
Put
listening
holes
to
in your
himself,
leather
and he's like, "What the fuck am I saying?"
And then he said, "Put holes in your leather jacket."
Get the bad shit. That's what he meant to say. So
Exactly.
I'm squirting when I see
Ketchup packet.
break his
Top off like a ketchup packet.
That's what it.
That's what I thought he was about to go into.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Put holes
Stitched
in your
together the
leather
very
jacket.
fabric. They never patent. Against me and Gotti, who got it? Well, legend has it. Every fucking ball you go to scoring, it's gonna cost him. We gonna split his bill, see if he can make the cut this hill. Neo's pouring and he on all this, and you gonna wake up tomorrow and really no morning. Don't warn them when they watching clips of the body to examine it, and then I'ma post-mortem.
Hard. Hard.
You with the gang, and I catch him solo and put the beats on him. Pig with me, look how my peers appear. Pig with me, look how my peers appear compared to me. You prepared for me, sun popped up on me. Apparently, I got to make it grand. Ain't Gotti surf boy without a surfboard. And he gonna sure see levels when I land. It's a waste of my motherfucking time, nigga. What happened? And you're cutting into your mother's fucking
Such a dope battle. Like, I love fucking when it's like two such different approaches and styles, and just ultimately just incredible rapping from both sides of the spectrum. You know, you can't front on it.
Yeah, this battle's fucking really, really good.
I feel like it'd be a good battle to get people into battle rap.
Yeah.
One of those, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It's digestible enough. Yeah.
And no matter what you're into, you're going to get a little bit of it. You know what I mean? In this battle. It's fucking dope.
I feel like people kind of went really hard at Lux. I was expecting something crazier than that. Because people were like, oh, he choked all through his second.
I didn't.
He just
not really.
stumbled.
Not
you know?
really. He had one slight stumble, which didn't even, like, I wouldn't even deduct a point for that.
Yeah.
You know
He kind of like his whole, like, what the fuck thing? I think he kind of like pulled that off pretty good.
I didn't think that was a stumble at all. Like, I had that as like, he was like, surprised that the crowd wasn't reacting, and it kind of threw him off a little bit.
Totally.
So I think it was partially that, but I think he also just lost his place.
Yeah.
And it might have been because of that, but you could tell because he like repeats the line twice.
It kind of does
and
it
then
differently.
it's like, and then like goes in.
Yeah.
So whether it's
He
because
played it
of
off
the lack of
really fucking well.
it was really good.
Really well.
Yeah.
T-Top, let's
My
go.
real name. Niggas said my real name.
What? Why?
Because he did.
Yeah, but why are they filming T-Top? What is the point of the...
Niggas said my real name.
Just because he's there?
Yeah, it's
Cool.
like,
Ain't your name?
you know?
Yeah.
Duh.
Right on. Yeah,
You feel
shit.
me? T-Top knows his real name.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You gotta know the lore.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
if they thought it was real name Brandon. So they're like, real name.
Totally. Totally. They're definitely like, hey, that guy's name's real name.
Yeah.
Niggas said my real name.
I know, it's like not even him reacting, just him
he's just
calmly
like-
watching.
And I bet he feels hella weird when there's just a camera dude just like pointing, and he's like, okay. What?
The editor's brain has a hole.
Ain't your name John? Is we beefing or what? I'm just trying to figure this out. Cause if we don't get along, John Silver coming out. Nigga, you's a bitch.
That's a crazy rebuttal.
Yeah,
Smack said if
I was
we-
like, is he gonna do a John Doe? Like, then I'm coming
Long
for
John
Doe.
Silver.
Yeah.
Like,
if we don't get along,
John Silver is coming. That's
out.
different. I want to know if that was a bar he already had and he just like mutated it into a rebuttal. Like,
Transmogrified it.
yeah, but that shit was super.
This sounds like a genuine
Cause if we
rebut.
don't get along, John Silver coming out. Nigga, you's a bitch.
Or is he so good at strategizing that he's like, in case he says my name.
I don't think.
But if he did that, that's equally impressive to me.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
I think he probably really rebutted that. I don't think.
regardless.
No, that's yeah.
Fire.
Smack said if we choke, we don't get our second half. So niggas being extra careful with our memory now. But Smack, if I shoot to the gun empty, don't that mean technically I still finish my rounds? These battle rap niggas is clowns.
I like how like
fell in love with.
Smack like steps forward and kind of like, you know, gives his like approval. Yes, yes it does. Hey, what up, Chase? Dubby's in the building.
These battle rap niggas is clowns.
Chasey.
The sport you fell in love with done been tainted. All they care about is narratives being painted. It ain't about bars or nothing. Half these niggas pillow talk with battle rap bitches and leak cars to puppets. Like, yeah, half these niggas pillow talk with battle rap bitches and leak cars to puppets. I can rap like you. Who you exposing? You dead, but you ain't noticed yet. You and your niggas can take 1,000,000 pics with guns, but still wouldn't pose a threat. I ain't scared of you, Lux, but I can see the fear in you. Spark a flame at its top. They gon' stare into the headlights like a deer would do. Why y'all tear for dude? With all that lyrical miracle shit. Make your bitch
Miracle,
get on her
miracle
knees.
shit.
Let's go.
Yes. With all that
Hey,
miracle.
Shout out to Adira too. A lot of
Why
people
y'all
don't
tear for
realize.
dude? With all that lyrical miracle shit. Make your
Her
bitch
lead
get on
single headlights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was
deer
good.
would do. Why y'all tear for dude? With all that lyrical miracle shit. Make your bitch get on her knees. She ain't praying for spiritual dick. I'm disrespectful. I'm disrespectful. Probably fuck her till her legs lock. And after I'm finished, put that gray hoodie over the wet spot. Close range. Close range, it's a headshot. I don't beef with niggas. I only got dead ops. Lead pop. Nigga, the 50 gave us power, and that's a fact. Fiends was so high, they was literally watching stars in the trap. My nigga. My
50
nigga,
give us power
we was
is a
raising
crazy setup too to that. You know,
Canaan, it turned into crack. Picture that. Picture that. In the trap, the fiends practically lit in that bitch. So many addicts in the crib, and Frank could have hidden that bitch. It's a real ass shit. If I say I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. I don't give a fuck if it's right or wrong. Only thing I'm contemplating is do I kill the kids too, so you ain't gotta die alone. Nigga, after death, it ain't over. Depending on how I felt. Might show up to the candlelight solo and shoot it up. Bitch, I individual by myself.
This round is nuts.
I was lost for real. Yeah.
Typically, this is where like Geechi will have like the super vivid gangster narratives. Is like that's what he says for his third, but he's flipped the script
The
on
real
it.
talk
Yeah,
thirds.
the real talk thirds. Like
Now he's
we had to
lost.
piss. We had to make pee on our hands.
What? What?
It's a struggle raps. Pee on our hands.
I was lost for real. I'm trying to tell you, dog. Gotti wasn't right. You know how many times we had shootouts in the daytime? I still had to come up here for these niggas and give body of the night. Yeah. That shit was hard to juggle the streets and the rap. It was a true challenge till one day something clicked. And on NB, I found the New Balance. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
It's always some
Something.
like
Some
private
weird
part
thing.
bar that you get fixated on.
No, I can
Yeah. It's always something naughty.
when fucking Paul Rich said all of the sex pots got stretch marks.
When was that?
Why are you going? You're on him like, oh, big K reference. I think of fucking, I think of real hip hop. Paul Rich.
I'm just thinking about Paul Rich, dog. Just thinking of Paul Rich.
When was that? The
You got
WRC?
range.
I just like how he has like the New York accent. Sex pots.
Oh, yeah.
Stretch all the sex pots. That's not a sex parts. It's so funny.
I thought it was like just pots.
Yeah,
full of, like,
sex pots.
Sex
Yeah,
pots.
sex pots.
It's like a crab pot, like a seafood boil.
All of the sex pots got stretch marks.
Oh my god.
Like mock
No,
crabs.
Max from Hawaii.
Yeah, mock's about it.
Yeah.
All of his sex parts got stretch marks.
Close range, it's a headshot. I don't beef with niggas. I only got dead ops. Lead pop. Nigga, the 50 gave us power, and that's a fact. Fiends was so high.
Red pot, all of his sex pots and stretch marks.
Jesus fuck.
That's all I think when I hear this.
Nigga, the 50 gave us power, and that's a fact. Fiends was so high, they was literally watching stars in the trap. My nigga.
Went back a minute.
My nigga, we was raising Canaan, it turned into crack. Picture that. Picture that. In the trap, the fiends practically lit in that bitch. So many addicts in the crib, and Frank could have hidden that bitch. It's a real ass shit.
Yeah, how did I go back that far? I only pressed the
If
arrow.
I say I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. I don't give a fuck if it's right or wrong. Only thing I'm contemplating is do I kill the kids too, so you ain't gotta die alone. Nigga, after death, it ain't over. Depending on how I felt. Might show up to the candlelight solo and shoot it up. Bitch, I individual by myself.
Dude, that is crazy. That's crazy as fuck.
Which is like a whole thing in LA now, which is terrible. The visual disrespect. Bro, there's fools like gang members in LA, and I think them probably in other cities too now, are now, you know, fools have the cardboard cutouts of their homies that they'll like put in videos after they die or they're locked up and shit like that. Now fools are making cardboard cutouts of their dead ops and like posing with them and shit. It's fucking really
It's pretty crazy.
yeah, it's like beyond morbid.
I was lost
Creative.
for real. I'm trying
He is
to tell you,
creative.
dog. Gotti wasn't right. You know how many times we had shootouts in the daytime? I still had to come up here for these niggas and give body of the night. Yeah. That shit was hard to juggle the streets and the rap. It was a true challenge till one day something clicked. And on NB, I found the new balance. Yeah.
That's tight.
Every fucking bar. Come on, man. Nigga, I found the new balance. Now I seen some shit that was actually strange on your page, bro. Like, why all the C words you be replacing with K's though? You spell words like consistent with a K, commitment and shit. If I ain't know better, I think you was dissing a creep.
He like whispered something when he said
He said,
You're pretty.
he said, no, he whispered,
Nice shirt. Cool pants. Would that just fuck with you if you're battling somebody? They're just complimenting you like secretly under their breath. You look cool. You're strong.
Daddy's little girl.
With a K, commit.
He didn't say anything though.
You be replacing with K's though.
Kinetic.
You spell words like consistent with a K, commitment and shit. If I ain't know better, I think you was dissing a crip. You
he
better.
whispered, had a hole. Hole.
Sex pot.
Pee-pee hands.
Sex pots. Sex. Coming to the ring. Sex pot. Pee-pee hands. Battling as a whole.
What's your gang, Lux? Them niggas with them red bandanas in your circle only gonna get you flamed up.
Fucking awesome.
Shit like that.
Them niggas with them red bandanas in your circle only gonna get you flamed up. Get your stain up, cause Cuz can't help you. You thought cause you was standing next to lava that I couldn't melt you? Nigga. He be getting blood love.
His laugh. I didn't realize it was him. It's so funny.
Nigga.
I love it.
He be getting blood love. That's why they call him Beloved. That's why they call him Beloved. Hey, but he bugging. Scared to bang like he wasn't, but he thugging. Yeah, nigga. That's why I know you a buster. I'ma pistol whip you till your face looking cluttered. Meaning I'ma get blood to come out your mouth one way or another. Nigga, you a sucker. Yeah, he got the red rag on the left side. He doing it wrong. He doing it wrong.
Amazing.
Nigga, left side of that pocket right there, nigga. I don't give a fuck, it's a red rag. You ain't rapping. No. Hey, anyway, he mad because he had the rag on the wrong.
Geechi 3-0 based on that. Just that moment right there.
Oh my!
I'm not really saying it's
painful.
3-0, but that's
It's not looking good. It's one of those things, like I said, like when you do that extra shit against somebody like Geechi, it's never gonna end in your favor.
I don't understand that.
You know what I mean?
Gangbanger cosplay is weird.
Yeah, like why they chose to do that. That like really confuses me. Like, why would that be your approach in this battle in this city?
That's your cosplay.
It's strange.
Very weird.
But yeah, it backfired really hard.
Well, I'm sure you
he switched it to the right side.
You think it ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
You know the shit, like something is gonna, like, okay, I got the rag. I know some shit's gonna be said, and you're just like, I'm gonna just like not be scared. You know, I get the general idea behind it of like, I'm not gonna look scared because it looks even worse if you just don't do anything and you're getting, you know what I mean? Like, clown like that about the shit. But so I get that.
It's just like hard.
It's hard.
It's hard to pull that off in LA, especially when there's like already this narrative of like the authenticity being in question of those type of gangs when they have West Coast
came
origins.
with a football team. You see them walking in that venue like when he pulls up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so. And again, the X factor is how quick he is just in the moment. It's like whatever you do, it's going to be a losing battle. Like authenticity or not, just the thick, quick thinking. You know what I mean? And charismatic aspect of him, let alone paired with that. You know what I mean?
Lux's socks were not high enough, clearly.
Don't give a fuck is a red rag. You ain't rapping. No. Hey, anyway, he mad because he had the rag on the wrong side in the West Coast.
And the worst part is that he switched it, like acknowledging that it was off-brand.
You know, Lux has got to be like, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right now, he's like, God damn it, dude. What are you doing? You've done 2 things already in this battle that's like, God points against me right now.
Yeah.
Making it about him.
Yeah. But hey, look, only cause I wouldn't melt you. They call it, he getting all that blood love, so they call him beloved. But see, he thugging, scared to bang like he wasn't. But nigga, I know something. Nigga, I'm gonna get your face get cluttered, meaning I'm gonna get that blood to come out your mouth one way or another. Nigga, you a sucker. No doubt. You know the difference between me and you? Smack ain't make me, nigga. I made myself. Dope is how we made our wealth. We used to keep the smokers' IDs and EBT cards. So when the first came around, we just take the money off and pay ourselves. You know? Do you know how many battle rap events I done saved from being shot up? How many niggas' names I done cleared whenever they got brought up? Gang of these niggas be asking Gotti for protection. Calling my phone like I'm in the car with some niggas and they going in the wrong direction. Smack, you be at your hotel sleep. I'm the reason these niggas make it back home safe to their section. Nigga, class in session. I'm talking to all y'all nerds. You know how many of these battle rappers chains ain't get robbed just because of my word? I should be charging these niggas security fees. Make them pay me with back pay. Bitches like Nunu saying it's a safe place. Yeah, bitch, cause I made it that way.
Yo, you ever hear that story where it's similar and they're in Long Beach, so it's appropriate, but like when Joe Budden got punched by
Crooked
Raekwon, crooked shit, where it's like, even Busta Rhymes is like, yo, this fool fucking Crook showed up with, that's where he said, he's like, with a football team. He's in blue, like surrounded the bus. I had to go to him like, Crook, bro, like, let motherfuckers live, you know what I mean? That whole shit was wild. I remember that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, back in it was, here, West Coast, and Crook's like, look, nobody on the West Coast, nobody is gonna fucking touch my people, you know what I mean? Like, have another, we don't want to have another tragedy, hip-hop tragedy. But again, though, you know what I mean? Like, it goes, like, the West Coast is a little different, you know what I mean? Like,
and with all due respect, Raekwon didn't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like, obviously it's whatever, because it's hip-hop and the respect transcends that shit between fools, you know what I mean? Whatever, but like, I don't know. They just reminded me of that because the visual of like what I seen Busta fucking describing, and then that video when Geechi rolls up with his whole squad, like, to get wristbands and shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it just was reminding because they're in Long Beach, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Hey, hold on one sec. Cali Smooth and the homies.
Oh shit! Hey, what up?
Yeah.
I told my people to look out for you, dog. Appreciate y'all. What up?
He made it that way.
You already know the vibes, fool.
Let's go.
I'm gonna hit you when I'm off this show. My dog.
Weren't you telling me the one to watch that the Wu-Tang show?
Flacco.
I saw like little clips of it. It's really well done.
You gotta watch it. It's fire.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if I like fully finished the second season. I feel like I was waiting for an episode to drop and might have forgot. Sometimes I do that with shows.
Yeah,
like when I'm watching it live, I'll like forget. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Safe place. Yeah, bitch, cause I made it that way.
Crazy.
That's such a good
Y'all lucky y'all made me now, cause back then, y'all would've hated that bay. Had a Crips lay the whole building down. Only nigga safe is Pat Stay. Hold up.
That's hilarious.
Tell my niggas, spray with that K. Lay every nigga on this aisle down. They like, even the light-skinned nigga, no, wait, nigga, that's Drake. Hey,
crazy.
Bitch shit feel different than the rest, don't it? You on the West, homie. So before y'all niggas put dirt on my name, make sure y'all put some respect on it. Cause when it's real, y'all can tell. Y'all can see it in their eyes. Your turn. See if you can make niggas believe it.
I love Geechi's approach to this battle. This is fucking really good.
Yeah. Every angle, everything hit,
just
he
solid.
delivered. Yeah. And I love that he's just like, I'm just gonna talk on some of the angles. Like I'm gonna just say. And it's that thing that we were talking about that LUX did of like leaning into your style. Just, saying the thing that everybody's thinking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Clearly.
It was a great fucking 3 rounds from Geechi.
Incredible.
Let's go.
Let's get it. We got one.
What the fuck can you say back to that?
It's alright.
It's hard, man.
God dang it.
God dang it. That's what you can say.
I don't want to
God
sound
dang it.
preachy Geechi, but these niggas ain't keeping it 100, which is whack with gangsters. Yeah.
And that's the ultimate. Like when people do that, when you tell the crowd to be quiet for your opponent, that's the ultimate power play because it makes you look so much bigger and like you're controlling the
ILLMAC
energy.
is actually the one that like kind of tuned me into that. I think you were saying that against JC, how JC always does that.
Yeah, he always does that, and I knew that going in. So I'm like, I have to call it out as soon as he tries to do it to me.
Yeah.
And he tried to do it.
Yeah.
And I made a moment out of it.
Yeah.
Because
it's
quasi
respectful, but what it really is like,
but it's
I'm
really,
the one. I'm the
sending
MC
a
here.
signal. It's sending a bat signal to everybody of like, I'm the one in control.
I control the energy.
And it also fools people who don't realize it. On that level into being like, oh, I like him. He's respectful.
You know what I mean? Totally, he's the hero.
But it's totally a power move and a power pose. And
very manipulative.
Yep. And it's like Geechi just had a crazy round, so it's like he's feeling that energy.
Right.
And then LUX starts and they're still rumbling about his round, so he's like, oh, that momentum is carrying.
I don't want to sound preachy Geechi.
Yo, the I gotta say this angle is fucking really. This camera angle is really cool. I really like how the light's hitting the side of their face. It's like silhouetted. That shit looks tight as fuck.
But these niggas ain't keeping it 100, which is whack with gangsters. Yeah, let's work.
Let it work.
God dang it. I don't want to sound preachy Geechi, but these niggas ain't keeping it 100, which is whack with gangsters do to be famous. You look like one of them always want to dance in the living room kids when your mama had over the neighbors. Or the folks related. You be lated to sing your baby heart out to the latest. It get late then. See you later. You know why you couldn't relate then? There's grown folks talking. No, he need to hear this. This part important. Because you ain't even supposed to be in the room for this conversation. You ready to go night-night, nigga? It's time for bed. Yeah, said with the exclamation points taken. My instruction structured the foundation. I laid brick not for you to come up and downplay this. King Arthur's round table. One tomb turned the lunchroom to a town banquet. It's production. They mouths hanging. You gun bumping, but but I bumped up the sums that they now paying. What is this? You gun bumping, but they bumped up the sums that they now paying.
Damn, and that could have got a reaction maybe. It's a little stumbly getting there, but Geechi's round like really deaded that because he painted that whole narrative of like, y'all was happy for 10K, we split 150, and that was in response to Lux's round even before that. So it's like it's been, that's why it's like dead silence, and then now that's throwing Lux off here. You know what I mean? When he's like, I bumped up the payment, everyone's like,
as far as like people don't understand, like there's a lot more to lyricism besides intricacy, and people sometimes mistake being overly intricate to being having superior lyricism. When really lyricism is about telling a story, painting a picture, creating a narrative. There's so many different literary devices that go into lyricism. Being more complex doesn't mean that you're better. And
nah, it's something that I've like always tried to remind myself, and I kind of touched on it versus soul. The idea, at least, don't quote the line, but the idea that when people think that being more complex is better, like what actually is better, it's not to take simple ideas and make them complex.
It's the opposite of that.
The opposite. It's better to take complex ideas and make them simple. That is an art, and that is more valuable. You know what I mean?
And then it goes back to
encrypting and encoding something that could have been said. Like, you're wasting time doing that. And that's something that I like, you know, as a writer, I get down a wormhole sometimes, and I'm like, oh, and I can relate that to that. And I could do, but then I have to audit myself sometimes, you know. What am I trying to say? Say that. Simplify that.
And then it's like if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, like you're not making a sound at a certain point. No one understands what the fuck you're saying. And it's almost like in battle rap, it's the equivalent. Because I'll equate the same metaphor to using songs, but in this instance, when people are overly verbose or just overly like loquacious and aren't necessarily, but not necessarily making a concise point that overall resonates, it's almost like the battle rap equivalent of a double time round. It's like hiding behind trickery, but you're not really like making impact. But people that there's like so many people that believe that complexity.
Like, look over here.
Right. It's a sleight of hand. It's misdirection, and people think that. There's so many people that don't understand.
Wizard of Oz shit. You know what I mean? Like, make it look crazy, was really you're just a fucking guy. Like,
there's so many people that don't understand that. They're gonna lean into like the intricacy taking precedence. So there's like, oh, he clearly won this round. When overall effectiveness, it doesn't matter what era. If you're looking at battle rap from a historical standpoint, there's no way you could say that what Geechi was doing doesn't quote unquote win the battle. You could have a preference to what Lux did more, or you might like people could be like, well, I'm more seasoned, or I understand lyricism more, so I think that Lux is winning. You actually don't understand lyricism if you think that. You just think that if it's more complex, it's better. Or if more different angles and more schemes connect, that it's better. No, battle rap, the one thing that it doesn't matter what era of battle rap culture, and I'm talking going back to the fucking Kumo D Busy Bee battle and the early fucking Roxanne Shante era of battle rap, like the thing that wins battles, always has, always will, is creating larger than life moments. When fucking Loaded Lux was battling Calico in 2012 and arguably lost, choked in the first round and arguably lost the battle 2-1, he didn't fucking lose the battle because that third round was so dynamic. It eclipsed everything else. And what Geechi did in this battle,
Verb and Hitman.
Verb and Hitman, same thing, you know what I mean? So I understand, and you're not wrong for thinking that, like, you know, it's a contradiction for me to saying you're not wrong, but you're not looking at battle rap in an overall historic standpoint, and you're looking at what you're blinded by your own preference and thinking because you watch a lot of battles that you have more of a say in this.
You don't watch a lot of battles.
But you actually don't. You're partial to
really
a specific era of battle rap.
Yeah.
You've been watching battle rap for the past, half dozen years,
Yeah.
and you think you know, but in reality, like motherfuckers that have been watching battle rap culture for 30 years plus, like me, since I was 10 years old in this bitch, you know what I mean? Then you would understand that there's nothing really at this point. Lux will literally have to fucking have a cardboard cutout.
He's got an uphill battle right now. He's not starting out pretty good either.
It's like that is comparable to me of like 99% of like white hip hop fans, low key, but like, especially even like fans I see comment on my video who use terms like mumble rap and this and that. Totally. What a lot of motherfuckers don't get is that, yes, in a historical sense, like, one thing that transcends everything aside from moments is just great rapping. You know what I mean? And you can't fake that shit.
Right.
And it doesn't matter how many times you look at every piece of content and be like, yeah, but this was a reference to that and that was this, like in the future, like say everything goes that way, right? And only gets more and more complex. What that means is that material ages in a simple way. If you look at old school Conceited, when I say old school, I mean jungle, early grind time. Yeah. That shit was mind blowing. The wordplay, all that shit at the time. And a lot of it still stands. But because that became a progenitor's, he was a progenitor and that stopped, everybody sort of like took elements of that and have evolved it in such a way now when fans of somebody with crazy wordplay that was inspired from Conceited goes and looks at Conceited shit, oh, that's simple, doesn't age well, whatever, you know what I mean? But it's like, that's what you don't understand, is that saying the thing, the message will always stand. Moments will always stand, and amazing rapping. But when you make it a riddle, it is cool, but at the end of the day, like, the message is like, what are you saying? Can you convey that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if so, then we got a conversation.
But I mentioned 10 Green Bay Packers from the second Super Bowl and connected all their names.
I'm so glad that era of battle rap is not cool anymore.
But it's like this, dude. It's like this.
Scheming.
You look at like Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. You look at like Unchained Melody. You look at My Girl. You look at whatever, Eleanor Rigby, whatever. You look at just undeniably incredible records that pull on emotional heartstrings and touch on a deeper level and have melodies. You could even like shit. Okay, let's just take an instrumental. Let's look at something like fucking, not to reference a pedophile, but Planet Rock. All right, you know what I'm saying? You just think it's just like an amazing canon in D major, whatever. Let's take it back to, you know what I mean, classical music. Miles Davis, whatever. You just think about these incredible compositions that tug on the heartstrings and strike an emotionally evocative chord, and then are going to transcend the time forever and always going to be considered greatness. Or do you want music to be made by computers and only be able to be understood by other computers? Like, what's your preference? Something that's genuinely great.
BTS is pretty fire, dog.
I'm just saying, like, is something that's genuinely great, and that's been proven to be great. On a beyond scientific level, just on a primitive level, resonates with the human psyche, and will always do that, regardless of culture or religion, anything like that.
And that's not even to like shit on Lux in any way, because long term Lux has done that several times throughout his career. It did like tangented from like being directly about this about them too, like, because Lux has transcended, like, from Gray Hoodie and also how you referenced Calico Round, like, that will always be great. You know what I mean? So it's not to say, that, oh, this round he's trying to do too much or anything like that. It's just more speaking to like fans' explanations or opinions of like, oh, well, that's simple and this is complex, so this is better.
Superior.
That's more,
This will always be superior.
And it's like somebody like sitting there twisting their fucking mustache,
monocle,
thinking like, yeah, but you don't get it. That was a triple entendre.
Well, I've been
because he said fruit bowl, but it sounded like foosball, and fucking, it's like, bro, like, but what's being said?
Nah, dude, I've been in fucking Angry Fan since 2013, so it's clear to me that I have enough credence to say that Lux won 3-0 because he said more words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at this point, Lux would have to bring a cardboard cutout of Gilgamesh with a hole in the center for him to win this round.
Pinky hands. George Washington behind him.
Yeah, with Becky Galecki.
All right, third round, left.
Structure the foundation. I laid bricks,
Let's
now
go.
you come up and down play this. King Arthur's round table, one tomb, turned the lunchroom to a town banquet. It's production. They mouths hanging. You gun bumping, but I bumped up the sums that they now paying. What is this? You gun bumping, but they bumped up the sums that they now paying. Hold on. I'm tired of shit.
Not I'm tired.
You gun bumping, but they bumped up the sums that he now paying. Yeah, look at that. But they bumped up the sums that you now paying.
He's a cradle.
They bumped up the sums that he now paying. As much as you think you bring to the ring, you should go in the box. Cause I'm gonna get you squared away for these punches. I'm Al Heyman. Al, hey man. You ain't gotta check, it's on deck. As wild as they think this joker is, I'ma pluck him. What's the budget? On any card, I got the trumpet, I'm Miles Davis. This is genius. But fuck it, I'm gonna do you foul with this language. Hey, your man came to watch you do something. Explain it. It ain't win, what, make rent? You in the house with Lux. And my driveway too much for you to not get whipped in front of homes. You know what this road I paved, man. That you can go and then tend to this dough. What's your little game switch, huh? Your whole pitch swing and a miss. Strike back when the LA nigga try to dodge your attacks. Tell them in the Grandies, they know where my pinstripes at. A real Yankee back in the stadium, nigga. I'm not gonna play with them. Let me make it make sense.
I like it.
Geechi, every battle with you is the same script. Gang shit, you ain't changed since. It's getting dated. No wonder this mark on my calendar. It's an occasion. Pandemic is no different. We still watching a performer get tore open. He's just going through the stages. And truth is, you can't stage this. I'm too courageous. In here with Mama Care Bear, the family favorite. He think he back in the living room with the moves. And then boom, watch how you base it. These today's hits. See these? This change your rotation.
If just complexity of lyrics matters, then quantum physics is the greatest battler of all time. If that's it.
Yeah, QP is crazy, man.
If that's it.
Yeah.
Lux is, and this isn't a bad thing. I don't want it. Lux is like a style, and I can relate in some ways because I do this sometimes, and I try to edit my way out of it because it's like I can see the train of thought a lot of times. Because sometimes when I'm writing, right, it's like it's really hard to not transition from one frame of reference that's say fucking comics, whatever it is, whether it's a scheme or this like world that I'm kind of creating to get to this punchline, and then it's like I stumble upon words that also resemble fucking the Olympics, you know what I mean? To not just transition into that within the same, you know, train of thought. Even because I'm like, oh, but this word, this will perfectly transition in this word, and I can take, you know, the rings or whatever and translate that to the Olympic rings. But a lot of times, what you get sometimes is just this like soup of disparate references, you know. But it's so fun to write like that sometimes. But what I notice is sometimes Lux does that, where it's dope to like tie unrelated things together, like in a sequence, but sometimes it comes off ADHD-ish, like when you're writing.
It's very.
This one line is a reference to a 70s like jazz song, and the very next line is like a boxing reference, and then the very next line is like, a Friday reference, and it's all in the same rhyme scheme, and there rarely is a bow that ties all those things together. That's one thing as a writer, like, if you're gonna go through this, like, not everything has to be this, conclusion thing. Sometimes it's cool to just reference shit, as you go. Yeah. But if you do it so much and rarely like tie them all together, it just kind of becomes white noise.
And that's why
that isn't to say this is amazing writing. Yeah. It's actually not that great of writing if you're not tying your chapters together.
And that's why Jay-Z is incredible. Like, look at the song "Girls, Girls, Girls," and he'll have all these, like, he's talking about the different types of women, and he'll have like little like clever anecdotes, and like if they're from different, like, it's like the French girl, the project chick, and all that, and he'll have the different damn near like stereotypes about this demographic of women. And then he'll bring it all together, and he has like multiple moments in that song where he references them all, and he'll have like a quadruple entendre that ties it all together using all the previous references that he made. And to me, you could say that's more simplistic, but that's the genius shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's when you pull that off. I like it, and it's cool just to have some like random references on your way to a point. But it's one thing that I think is super, super, super common in battle rap, and why I say that, like, it almost comes off jaded, I'm sure, that when most people praise people's pens, they're praising people that just make disparate references that never tie together. Oh, but that's referencing this, and this is referencing that, and that wordplay. It's like, okay, but what does that reference actually have to do with the opponent? Or is it just the fact of wordplay for the sake of wordplay? Because that's not good writing,
There's a few battle rappers that I respect for, so I'll never mention by name, that relies so heavily on their like archaic references and just having a bunch of like referencing this, referencing that, like, oh, this 70s football player, and then like this Mel Gibson movie from the 80s, and like having all these different references, like you said, that don't tie together, and they think that they're really fucking good. But that's the kind of shit, if you show that to a casual observer of battle rap, they're going to be like, this shit's lame. I never want to watch this again. If that's what this is.
Well, you think about why you started watching battle rap. You're not like, oh, I want to watch this thing that just references a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
You never thought that.
No.
It just became like this one little style that, you're right, if like you're not tying it together, making it some sort of point, it is super random, and it becomes like almost like when I think of Lux's and Geechi's rounds right now, I'm like, okay, Geechi had this in the first, this in the second, this in the third. There's like themes to it. Where Lux is just like, in my mind is just like almost like your fridge with all the letters just like together. I'm like, oh, this was kind of cool over, but then this was kind of neat over here.
There's not, and Lux does do angles and make coherent points all the time, but a lot of times too, I can see where it was a stream of consciousness. It was written as what came. It was less of like, what is the beginning, middle, and end of this round, and more of like, I'm gonna write chronologically, and what comes naturally comes. And that's not to say that's a bad writing style to do that. There's something to be said for that, and this isn't knocking him overall, because he's one of the GOATs, probably the GOAT. You know what I mean? But sometimes I notice his style can get pretty like, well, the ADHD is like, oh, that car, like a dog chasing a car.
The driveway part was like cool, but you're right. It was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, I get the wordplay. Road, the road that I pavement and drive. But where does this tie into the reference before?
This is the downside.
This
is the downside of having an abundance of material and exposing the audience to more potential for you looking human when you're trying to do something so outside the box and so exceptional, and you're pulling off this wizardry, and then eventually, like at this point, we've seen the man behind the curtain. We know that the Wizard of Oz doesn't exist, and you're still like doing the same trickery, and we see it. There's the Wizard of Oz up there in the sky, and he looks incredible, but we see the guy, the puppeteer, doing it, so it doesn't have the same level of mysticism anymore. It doesn't resonate as much, and that's the risk of rapping for so long when you're battling against somebody like Geechi, who's so concise and
it's like you can be saying the most crazy complex shit and end the round with the biggest reveal that is coherent and just crazy shit, and then you a bitch, crowd roar. Now your whole round is over before a bar is said. Like that often is a complex, like, writer's worst nightmare, is somebody who's so simple. It isn't other writers that are equally as complex or anything. No, it's the opposite that really becomes a weakness, you know, for somebody who's really complex. Like, that's something I always keep in mind, you know, like, not my favorite performance by far, but that was something actively on my mind writing for Ill Will. Is like, I'm gonna say the craziest, like, this is what'll happen in the multi-dimension. It's like, you sound like a bitch, or you's a nerd, and then my whole round's done. You know what I mean? Like, that is an Achilles heel for a great writer, is to be able to go against somebody who's so concise and says the thing and still make your point and be received as well.
And the charisma just is the icing on the cake with that. But to be fair, if this was anybody besides Lux, he'd be getting obliterated right now. The fact that
still a real competitive
the fact
battle,
that Lux
100%.
is so amazing even makes this close, because I love Lux so much.
He's all right.
Flip your station. This the late mix. You just dance to the music, nigga. Guess who did the arrangement? Orchestrated. Ben got the furniture moving, putting up wall paintings. I don't know what they sold you about me, but I'm decorated, nigga. Check the rankings. You just for ratings. Ain't that how we got here? Some interview that you had my name in? At the taping? Yeah, punk. Y'all got you in some rah-rah. That's what 15 minutes of fame get, all mayhem. And later, I'm with the troops. But I don't need a group with me goes to get it straightened. This is strangling. Versus a nigga who they think rap like Jada. It is an entanglement. I think it's in the braids again. What set it off is because you kind of look like Queen Latifah. I mean, you favoring it.
Fire with those braids.
You and I-T. You and I-T-Y. Who you calling a bitch?
So dirty. So dirty.
Who you calling a bitch? Who you calling a bitch? Oh shit. Entertainment.
No, Dunch makes a good point, and Geechi basically said about Lux what everybody in the room was thinking, which is going back to, that's another one of those things in battle rap culture that literally leads to creating the moments that transcend the battles that we were referencing earlier.
Who you calling a bitch? Oh my god. It's mistaken. Oh my god. Who you calling a bitch? Chill, hold up. You just get into that fly talk. Before we get into that fly talk and all you see is turbulence, I don't want to sound like I'm jet complaining, but your man in the pressure cap. This elevation. See the call outs get you? I'm working. But off we take it. You tanking, nigga. In a room full of celebrities. They gave you a shot. And you're getting this cookies eating. Look how famous Amos. The main stage is not for you to make claiming. Ain't this? Not for you to make claiming. You think this is safe haven. But to remain as king of the genres, Hotel Rwanda, you stay dangerous, nigga. You stay dangerous, and I'm stainless. In here, giving a nigga a window opportunity. I'm doing it bad, but I'ma frame it. They could have put this in a hole in the wall. And guess who's back putting this bang in, nigga?
Dude, that was nuts.
Is y'all banging or putting bangs in? Is y'all washing the sets or doing washing sets, man? Somebody got it braided. You just another kid caught in the crosshairs. Almost got faded. Little peasy ass fucker you. I saw you in there with the wave when you not training, nigga. I'm just trying to help him brush up. You know what I mean? All right. Here's what you do. It's none of my business. But I'm gonna wig on you all night, nigga. in the first place. What Surf say? I got a bad LUX. Youngin, all that means is you could beat me on my worst day, man. It's the loaded one. James Bond Golden Gun. Can't touch this MC who go more hammer than oldest son. You know this. Just a waste of my motherfucking time, nigga.
That was crazy.
Yeah, he had some like
James Bond, my
great shit.
This
in
little
here
these bars I love. Right? I think he just lost them, like you know, the momentum. But like this shit, the Chosen One Golden, more hammer than.
It's the loaded one. James Bond Golden Gun. Can't touch this MC who go more hammer than oldest son.
That's crazy. MC Hammer, Thor. You know what I mean? All in one.
Go more hammer than oldest
loaded ones.
So good.
It's the loaded one.
That window
James Bond
part
Golden
too
Gun
was so good. All that window shit. I'm the one putting the paint in. That's fucking crazy.
Notice. Just a waste of my motherfucking time, nigga. And they cutting it to your motherfucking time, nigga.
Yeah, I also think Lux's third didn't benefit from this being the end of the event. And everybody's just already kind of taxed from sitting through so much battle rap. Lux requires a lot of attention, man. It's like, I don't know if it really serves him well for him to always be going last. Same fucking thing happened at Verb and him. Like, where he was doing himself, and everybody's just like, oh, this sucks. Like, it's because people are tired. They've been there for fucking like 12 hours, and like their ability to like absorb this kind of material is like at a low point.
It would behoove Lux to be able to battle earlier in the event.
For real.
100%.
Dude,
but when they're never going to have
he went
Lux
first,
go middle.
that would be insane.
Oh, yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be the
that
best.
Would have all the energy.
Yeah, it would be the fucking best, man. But like, I don't really get it. Why it doesn't matter anymore.
But let me ask you this
because
though:
people are like, oh, then they'll tune out.
Who cares? Have them leave then.
Does requiring a high IQ to validate the strength of your material make you better? Is basically the thesis statement.
Well, I think
to Lux winning this battle.
Oh.
If you think Lux won that battle, that's essentially your argument is he was way smarter and you have to be smarter to get it.
Okay. So what is the argument that Lux won this? So they're saying he got the first, which I could say could go either way. And the second, I guess, because the third he cut short.
The second was, I mean, the first was for sure. I loved Geechi. I don't know. The first maybe is the closest. Maybe.
Yeah. So that's one.
The second wasn't that close to me.
But which is the farthest? The third is definitely.
The third is
Geechi got the third.
So that's the largest margin. Of decisiveness.
Yes.
In each round is Geechi's third versus.
So
Lux's
you could
third.
argue the first for Lux. The second is more difficult to argue, and the third you can't really argue. In my opinion.
Yeah,
Geechi
Lux also in the third. I can't take anybody serious who gives that to Lux because Lux knew he was losing that round.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you can tell in his performance. So if you're arguing for Lux that round, like you're
bias.
You're not even reading the situation. Well, you're not even reading what Lux is feeling at that moment.
To me, like
you're not listening to him.
But okay, but that brings up another point: is acknowledging that you're losing. Does that indicate that you're actually losing? Like, is internalizing a loss when you're not really losing? Like, let's say me and you were racing, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm losing," but you're like a half a lap ahead of me. But you think you don't know where I am, so you think you're losing. Does that mean that you lose because you think?
My answer to that is that battle rap. People, I think, often don't understand like a lot of the appeal of battle rap. There's ancillary references, all this shit, but the biggest appeal of battle rap is much like a boxing match or a fight where because or a sport, it's the element of we don't know what's going to happen. It's happening live. Anything can happen, and it's an emotional journey as a fan or when you're watching it. Yeah. It's why when we see people choke, we get uncomfortable because naturally, just like when we watch a movie, we identify ourselves with whatever character we're watching. We empathize even if we don't realize we're doing it. Yeah. It's why when a big line lands, you feel like it's almost like you that said it. You have this, especially in the building, you have this euphoric sense because you're along that journey with that performer. So if you're along that journey with that performer and that performer feels like he's losing, you're going to feel like he's losing in that moment, period. And that's why the room was as dead as it was. It's not just because of performance, what he's doing, or Geechi, but it's because emotionally you can feel he feels like he's losing 100%. And deflated.
Yeah, it's like reflective.
Do you feel like if we had all these bars written out in front of us, that Geechi's material is better or Lux's? Just curious.
But that you can't.
No. I'm just curious though. I'm just asking the question because I'm really trying.
Whose handwriting?
Because I'm really trying to
Mine.
I'm really trying to play devil's advocate and enter and understand why someone would feel like Lux won.
Okay, so if
and look, I'll even give Lux. I'll give Lux the first round.
Yes, if you're looking at all rounds on paper, I could totally see someone being like, Lux's is more complex. Period. He wins. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Geechi's round reads on paper his second round because he's saying the thing. You know what I mean? And on paper, that isn't going to be as impressive as something that you need to put asterisks by and be like, this is 2-word meaning.
Footnotes.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It is hard to use that argument, though, because you're not using it in the correct format. This isn't a reading the raps battle afterwards. You know, we're not writing novels right now. It's performance art. So you can only judge it in that.
Yeah, so
it's like saying it's like super unfair to be like, well, read the script this movie and the script is better or the book was better. It's like we're watching the movie,
it's a shitty movie.
Yeah,
still.
we're
It
watching
doesn't matter if the book was better.
He has to perform the stuff he
Okay,
wrote.
boom. I got what I was fishing for this whole time. My man John Doe. Lux won on better lyricism and complexity. That's what I like. All about preferences. I don't like simple ABC direct bars all the time. You just acknowledged. You literally just acknowledged that it's your preference and you have a proclivity to prefer quote unquote more complex material. So you preferred you preferred what he did, but did he what defines
battle? He didn't win.
So being more complex. So if I'm battling, all I need to do is say pneumata ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis, and that wins because that's the longest, most complex word in the English language.
Wait, hold on.
Chess is like, I mean, it's
anyone who has that mind state, like, respect to them, but they don't get it. You don't get that it's harder to take complex ideas and make them simple. You like, you're the type to just, like, you ever have conversations with people where it's like, even could be someone you know and a friend, and you have these leisurely conversations with, but then it's like having to do with something vaguely business related, and they're like, Kyle, in perpetuity, the actual thing is like, bro, we're fucking having lunch here. We're eating a fucking taco. What are you talking about right now? It's like, you're just saying big words to say them and not saying what you mean. Just say what you mean. And that is where battle rap, like, yes, there's different levels of complexity and preferences, but ultimately, if you're not making your fucking point as effectively as the other person, nothing else matters.
So in that sense, I don't think what he's saying holds true with what Lux did. You're saying Lux necessarily wasn't more complex than Geechi, really.
No, I don't know. I think that it's
he was more complex.
Well, yes.
More intricate.
For the sake of being
more
complex.
Intricate in lyricism, in lyricism in the way of, like, using bigger words and varying your cadences
it's more
and
like
stuff. But
web.
Yeah, but what actually defines a well-executed, efficient use of quote-unquote complexity is to be able to make it look effortless.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're not doing that and executing it as if it was simple, it's all for nothing. It all just becomes, it's a fucking chocolate bunny. You know what I mean? Like, it's this tantalizing, complex, like exterior, and you like rip it open and it's hollow. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really there?
Gross.
That's what the definition of like actual complexity or substance is the better word, because there's complexity of like just making something complicated, but really that's not the word you want. You're not looking for complexity, you're looking for complicated. I like when raps are complicated, that's what you're looking for.
Funny.
And there's a difference between like complexity and substance are not mutually exclusive.
Exactly.
Word up.
Exactly. And you can make a point that I'm complex. That's my point of this round, and we're different because of this. And that would have actually been an effective angle for Lux to use. Yeah. To use that as an angle, because then fans don't have to like reach for the narrative. He can give that to you. But when he gives that angle, it's fucking, it's like hidden and padlocked between these like, haikus of like random references.
I do agree though that there is a lot of substance in Lux's bars, and although sometimes it might actually get lost in his intricacy, so I will I'll concede that point. Like Lux does have a lot of substance, but overall, where on the scale of importance is that when you're determining the winner of a battle? Like,
the funny thing though is the substance is super comparable with Geechi and Lux. At the end of the day, they're kind of saying the same thing. Just
they both have reference. Yeah, they both reference. I'm the reason we get paid more. Who did that better?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, look at the points that were made and who made them better. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You walk away from this battle, and I feel like I learned that from Geechi, and I kind of feel like that from Lux, but more so I was like, man.
And even when Lux said it, it felt like he didn't believe it, like because he was known that he just made that point so well, and even when that line, it seemed half-hearted.
And here's a big flaw with the modern system of analyzing battles. I agree. Someone said Calico 2-1 over Lux. I agree. Calico was 2-1 over Lux, but Lux won that fucking battle. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, let's look at
Calico, Big K, ILLMAC, both examples of one round winning a battle.
Well, look,
classically, of course.
But let's look at like freestyle battles. Let's look at like Scribble Jam. You could arguably lose both rounds in a freestyle battle, but if you have a moment that's overpowers the entire thing, you win.
You think even before the actual organized tournaments being at a fucking house party, where you're just going back and forth in perpetuity, you know what I'm saying? Like, until a motherfucker quits or is stopped, it don't matter. No one's like, okay, that round, well, he spit 8 bars, he spit 16, I have to give it to, like, no, it's just what's the vibe, what's the feeling, and that's the roots of this shit. So what is that at the end of the day? Now, what Dunch said, he said, like, you can't, when you're going against somebody like Geechi, who's making the points as efficiently as he does, you can't win doing what Lux does. I disagree, because like I said, not only leaning into his own style, but if he makes more of a decisive statement and paints the narrative of, this is what I do, you have to do it at this level, or otherwise you're just simple, that's all you do, and like makes that point efficiently, then I think he takes a lot of even Geechi's, people who think Geechi won, and makes them think, damn, it's true, Geechi was hella simple. But you have to be able to execute that narrative. It doesn't matter how complex it is.
I feel like he
land the point.
But I feel like he did that effectively enough, and that's why all the fucking dick shiners in the chat right now are saying Lux won. And that's because Lux was effective enough at creating that narrative and stuck to his guns enough and leaned into his originality and stylistic strengths enough to be like, there's always going to be now that margin.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, there's always going to now be this this margin of doubt that that Lux created that allows people to have an argument otherwise, and they could say, oh, Lux did Lux well enough, and now we're bugging because Lux this or that, you know what I mean? Like, Lux is more complex. Geechi, like someone said earlier, Geechi stumbled in the second when Lux stumbled every single round, you know what I mean? Or definitely in the last 2 rounds.
It's clearly like you enjoy Lux. You really like Lux.
And that's totally cool.
Totally fine.
That's
You
totally
like to
cool.
really have your favorites. I'm a big Torque stan, dude. If like Torque fucking has one good round and chokes the other two, I'm gonna be like, I still enjoy Torque's round, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand it completely, but I'm still not under the disillusion.
I still think, don't get it twisted, like, probably think Lux is the GOAT. Like, that's not.
Yeah, no, Lux is the
debate
GOAT.
for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's not what
But,
we're talking about.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
in
exactly.
this instance, though, like, and I see that sort of like fandom in ways of like, again, even in the example I think of is like on my own music and in YouTube shit, where it's like those stands that are like, oh, like the Migos could never do what you did on Raising the Bar. I'm like, yeah, I could never make a fucking hit like the Migos. Like, and I bumped this shit. What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying?
literally
Like, and it's
people-
like you think being complicated is being complicated and complex are two different things. You know what I mean? But most of all, if you can't be efficient in delivering substance, none of that matters. You know what I mean? Like,
It's literally, you have to be grasping at straws. Like, at this point, the arguments that I'm seeing are so asinine. Like, what?
Yeah, well, I mean, we don't need to give light to.
No.
No. It's
opinions.
interesting though. It's interesting.
Also, you saying like,
So someone mentioning that Geechi's second round is fake. No, that brings up a really good point. Okay, Lux might not be a dope fiend, right? Sorry. Let's go back to the chat. I'll concede that point. Lux is not a dope fiend, right? But
obviously,
right. But if
it's
you sell,
no fucking shit.
but
dude.
it goes back to like Cadillac Ron. You're not Jewish. You're whatever religion I say you are. Like if you sell the round, does that mean that it resonates? Like,
Yeah,
does that like
that's the whole point. And
Geechi made it believable
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
and connected the thoughts of Lux being a dope fiend to the point
and
where
what's the context of what's the origin of that? His complexity of style and his erratic nature of
totally.
style. Like, it's not just making up a fake angle.
Yeah.
No, it's rooted in the truth of like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, it's believable.
That's
Yeah.
the actual point being made.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have made that observation of like, what the fuck? And you know, it all ties together. It's not a fabricated reach out of the stars angle. It's rooted in the actual truth about him.
Yeah.
And then building on that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even his whole round. But if that's the standard that you want to judge a battle by, no bar ever is fucking real. Because you didn't shoot him. You didn't kill him. That was all fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's battle
that
rap with
is not
Spanish.
this is not a real gun.
facts.
Like, what are you talking about?
No, watching battle rap requires a lot of suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, that's the fun part about it, man. That's like the enjoyable part, you know? It's like a visual-based art that you can paint a picture in your fucking mind. You know, it doesn't all have to be like, damn, this is all facts. I like this guy because what he said was 100% real. I don't think that's ever been the case in any battle ever. So I think most people are just under the disillusion that they're like, I like Lux a lot, and I like him, so I think...
They're skewing personal preference with actually
Which is fine.
being a decisive
You can
victory.
like Lux, and he can still lose a battle, guys. It's totally fine. You don't have to be undefeated. There's wins and losses. People lose, people win, you know? I think Lux lost this battle, but Lux is still one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. He's on Mount Rushmore. He's the fucking shit. He's one of my favorite
Fuck
people.
Mount Rushmore.
Okay,
man.
but
In
basically
battle rap,
it
too.
comes down to this. And you could say politics are a factor, and you could say there's a lot of things that led to this as well. But if Geechi lost this battle, why did he win Champion of the Year, awarded by a panel of many of the most prestigious analysts in battle rap?
Because he's part of the Illuminati, obviously.
Clearly.
Yeah, it's actually the Vanguard Corp and the Viacom and the prison military industrial complex pushing the gang agenda
Exactly.
in order to make that more appealing and
Yeah.
lock
Right.
people. It's
They
like a
ditched
resurgence
crack.
of the 90s.
Yeah.
No,
You know what I mean?
it's like Gary Webb's Dark Pyramid. And it's like,
You
it's
talking about the short dude who could dunk?
yeah,
Very well.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The soccer player. Yeah, man. Great fucking battle. I love the conversation. These guys are the best at analyzing battles.
That's what makes this such a good battle is the fact, like, I can't drill that point home enough, is Lux was so effective. Or let's say you think that Lux won. Geechi was so effective with what he did, there's going to be a million ways to justify either one of them winning if you're intelligent enough to analyze battles properly. So
hell yeah. Great fucking battle from both these guys. Lux is a legend. Geechi is the GOAT, in my opinion. And it's a fucking fantastic battle. Salute to Drake. Salute to the URL. Super fire. Geechi Gotti versus Clean Paper. Kitchen Clean. Going down April
this Friday, baby.
22nd at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Get the pay-per-view, gtxbattles.com. Or if you're in Los Angeles, come and be in the building. We got tacos. It's at a fucking awesome ass venue.
Vegan tacos?
We'll just give you a tortilla.
Yes.
Yeah. Score. But yeah, guys, salute. Thanks for tuning in. I love the passion. And,
yeah, dope conversation, y'all.
ILLMAC and LUSH are the goats at this shit. I'm so happy they came by. Once again, I'm proud of you guys for your endeavors. You should feel really good about yourselves. And yeah, you guys got anything to sign off with? Or should we just fucking leave these butt fuckers with something spicy, huh?
We about this biatch out, this biatch out, this biatch.